Summon Sign is brought to you by you. If you want to learn how to support our show, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 90 of Summon Sign Last Stand Media's weekly in-depth game discussion podcast. I am your host, as always, Brad Ellis, and joining me, I got the boys, the Dukes, with me. Very happy to have both of these on here. I love these two guys, so it's going to be a good episode. Great game lineup. But I just got to say, dude, getting close to episode 100.
Oh,
getting up fast. Almost. 10 weeks to go, man. Whew.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll do something. I'm not like the Sacred Boys where they're like, well, we're not going to do anything.
Like, that's us too.
Okay. Well, I'm the only one here who's like, let's do something. I'm the only one that has holiday specials. I get it. It's just me.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I respect that energy there. But first of all, Cog, show him that shirt, man.
Taking it back.
1989 Genesis High Definition Gaming. Wow.
This was a thing. This,
High Definition. Yeah.
What?
I remember, dude. Blast processing. I remember all the marketing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Bro, what's funny is Sega literally like got in front of the console war. Like they were like Genesis does. And I'm like, yo, as a kid, I'm like, okay, this is
they
different from NES.
Shit right away, yeah.
Drop it.
It was fun.
Oh yeah,
it was a fun time.
Yeah, man, good to be back here. I have been summoned. You know what I'm saying? And the Duke's in the building, so salute. Got some good fun stuff to talk about last week before Tokyo, so I am going crazy.
Oh yeah!
Preparation.
How long are you gonna be there?
About 12 days.
Okay, cool. You're gonna have time to like actually see stuff.
Yes, maybe leaning on you for certain things, Brad.
I haven't been to Tokyo, so I don't know.
For other things.
Okay.
LSM things. But no, definitely. But other stuff, as far as the Tokyo stuff, yeah, man. I mean, I actually got to reach out to Dustin because he's been before, and I got like an itinerary. I want to do some pop-up shops and then different little landmarks, and then I want to do cultural stuff. I want to see the shrines. I want to see Torii gates. You know what I mean? Like, so I got like my whole list, and then I got a couple friends that are going to help facilitate, and then obviously TGS itself. So this is the last week, but I'm just trying to get all my things in order, all my affairs done, everything taken care of before I hit that flight and be gone for a little bit.
Yes, that's gonna be awesome, dude. I'm so happy you guys made it. Good stuff, dude. First time for all you boys over there, right?
Yeah.
For TGS, at least.
And the fun thing is, normally every time we go somewhere, it's always work, right? It's convention, it's whatever. But what we're doing is that's the first part. But then the other, 8 days is going to be just vacation.
Yeah.
And hanging out as a crew. And that is super dope. And I was like, yo, we've never gone on a vacation together, like legit. And I think that's pretty fun. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Reminds me, I mean, you tell Colin to take a vacation. The guy never takes vacations. Like, just take a vacation, dude. Just go away for a couple weeks. Take a break, man. You got to do it. It's good for yourself.
Cobra Commanders never stops.
It never stops. And also, Mr. Matty. Matty, what's up, dude? Chicago Bulls sweatshirt on. I didn't know.
Another great thrift store find, bro. The Bulls have been treating me well at the thrift store. I was driving home from a birthday party yesterday, and we were only out for like 3 hours. And we try to keep the dogs are our kids. We're like, how long are they?
Yeah, of course.
Themselves? And so we're just like, it's been 3 hours. Like, they're good for another hour or two. Like, you want to stop at the thrift shop, see what we got cooking over there? And went through without much of a plan. Just I was looking for. I've been recycling my shorts a bit. Like a lot of my shorts, I used to wear a lot of Gymshark shorts. And for those who have never shopped at Gymshark, like their shorts are tight. And I used to wear a medium somehow. And so I was like, I can't be no. So I had to upgrade to the large.
Yeah, because you're tall, Matty. You're like my height.
Yeah, it's not only the length, bro. The thighs were out there, but we're not secure in the package. Is what I'm saying. We don't need that. So I can't be wearing sliding shorts out there. So I had to go up to the large. So I was looking some basketball shorts. Found dude. What's crazy is people donate things to these thrift shops that still have the tag on them. Like I found a pair of Champion sweatpants that were brand new. I was like, Tommy Hilfiger sweatpants that were brand new. I was like, and they were like, you saw the tag. It was like $70, and they had like the tag on from Savers, and it was like oh, $15. I was like, okay, easy. So yeah, you get some good steals. But yeah, I've found this sweater there. Obviously, I'm very happy to have found that Bulls baseball jersey there one time. So I don't know, I've been scoring pretty well here. This is fresh out of the wash in the dryer. In fact, the collar was still a little wet when I threw it on, but sometimes you just have that new shirt. I got to wear it no matter what. So yeah, the dryer didn't do its full job, but I'm wearing it anyway. So yeah, that's my backstory on my shirt.
No, it's good, man. You talking about short shorts, dude, right at the gym, man. You gotta be careful. I've definitely had shorts that I don't want to. I'm like, man, these are too short for the gym.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy. When I was wearing them before, it was a good fit, but like the leg, I'm very happy the legs have grown a bit, so that's cool. And all.
That's the leg day shorts. That's what they're supposed to be. Brad, you don't like the leg day shorts?
No. I mean, I love leg day actually now. I used to hate it, but I'm way more into it. But nah, man, you gotta be careful, man. People doing some of those leg maneuvers, dude. Their legs are up in the air going back.
Yeah.
You got to be careful.
You got to be careful with those movements.
You got to be careful, man. You got to be careful. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
I respect it.
So, some nice basketball shorts. I've been on a basketball short wave.
Dude. Matty, we used to say something with me and my friend group. The max comfortable you could be, like if you're going to do a huge gaming session, chill out for the whole day, like a chill day. Basketball shorts. We used to call it max basketball short chilling right now.
Yeah.
You got those on. You're chilling hard.
That plus a dry fit. When I'm gaming in a dry fit, I'm maximum comfort. Yeah.
I love dry fits in general. Like I just love dry fits. Yeah.
Same. Anytime I find like it's like a switch in my brain. If I see dry fit, I go like, oh, like that breathability goes along. Because you can feel it when you throw on something I can't breathe.
Yes.
Literally, So
So is it finally like getting cool over there for you guys?
No, well, not really. I was at a Mets game on Saturday. I watched them blow the game live in person, Cog. Yeah. It's so funny because just real quickly, they play the Rangers, right? It's a great game. Mets are up 2-0. And I called this game the whole way through to my brother who took me there. He was like, I said to him, they're up right now. They pull Sprout early. I said to him, I don't agree with that. Our relief pitching is fucking terrible. I said, they're going to blow the game. I said, these 2 innings are going to be way longer than anything before. We go into extras. They blow it, lose in the end, strike out with the man on first and third. What bothers me, though, is the next game. The same exact thing happens. Mets go up 2-0, blow it late. Pete comes up to the bat. And I was saying all game the day we went, I said, this dude puts it in, we were in right field, like right where Pete always hits it, opposite field. And I said to my brother, Pete's going to hit one out here. Never did, of course. What does he do to walk off the game? But it hits it right where our seats were.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah. I texted my brother, I said, bro, we went like one game too early. I said, we missed the walk off. He hit it right to us. Like I saw literally right where my seat was. It was unbelievable.
That's sick.
But I did see Soto's home run where he like just put that shit in the deck above us. That was crazy.
That was sick.
But yeah, went to that. But to Brad's question, it was hot as hell, bro. It was like 80 degrees, no clouds. I was just baking in the sun the whole time. I'm so glad I brought my sunglasses to sit out there. But yeah, it's still warm out here. When I went to a birthday party yesterday, wore pants and long sleeve. Just I'm in the fall brain, and I just didn't. I'm so bad at that. I don't know. Are you guys like that? Like I don't check the weather when I leave the house.
You don't check it. I check it like every day. I feel like
I'm like Brad. I just
vibe check the weather. I look outside. I'm like, looks cool.
I respect it.
Yeah, I respect. I'll step outside. Cool. I'm either met with like a rude awakening or not. Some days I'm responsible and I'll check.
That's like the most primitive thing. Vibe check the weather.
Yeah, vibe check the weather. I look outside. I'm like, looks like a nice fall day today. Is the wind blowing a lot? If I'm on the go like that, we just vibe check it.
Dude, I love it, man. I respect it. One funny thing is, dude, so I'm not really into sports, but I love hearing all you guys talk about it. But it's so funny to me because I just hear the pain from everybody who's a sports fan constantly, like, bro, you guys, and I hear Colin like lamenting about the Jets. I'm like, God bless you guys for dealing with it. You can't. It's like a catch-22. You love it, but it hurts you so much.
Exactly. Yeah. And it can affect you. Like sometimes you got to turn it off, bro. Because otherwise it'll spill into you, mess up your week and stuff like that. Someone wrote in what they're gonna do. It's like, God, I can't believe that happened. I'm like, bro, it happens, man. You get past it. So it's good, Brad, that you don't have to deal with that part. There's but I will say when they do win in Magical, it is very special. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
high highs, low lows. It's
very
all or nothing.
trading.
Yeah.
It's also just like when you care about the team. Like when I was at because I haven't been to a baseball game in a while, I realized it's been a couple of years and I didn't even mean for it to play out that way. But I was sitting there at the baseball field. It's the smell. It's the atmosphere, bro. It's a beautiful thing. Like it just, I kept just doing sharp inhales, like every half inning, just like taking it all in. I was like, wow, I really missed this. Like the smell of the food, the baseball field, like the grass, it was a perfect day. It really was, man. Just like there's nothing like it when, when you're in that arena or you're in that stadium, just like big game feel. It's awesome.
For sure.
Yeah, man. I get it, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I respect it, dude. But shout out to all you sports fans out there. I know it's a delightful time and also a heartbreaking time.
Yes.
Very much so.
Before we get in the show, please check us out on patreon.com/laststandmedia. You can get early ad-free access to all of our shows, including Defining Duke, which these two boys host, our Xbox podcast. Always a fun-ass show, I'll say that. It's been such a fun time in the Xbox community, man. I'll say that, dude.
Hilarious.
We started strong.
It's good stuff, but they are great on there. I listen to you boys usually every week. I try to fit you guys in when I'm at the gym or something like that. And you guys
appreciate you, man.
Crack me up, man.
That's what's up.
If you enjoy any of our shows, though, please leave us a nice rating on your podcast service of choice. All of our shows, it helps us grow. We greatly appreciate it. We want to get the LSM, the humor, our knowledge out there, and let all of you know how weird we are, because
vibe check your weather, man. Like where else are you gonna find that on the internet?
Exactly. I can just imagine some guy like in the 15th century about to sail across the world, just like, vibe check the weather real quick.
Yeah,
that's what I can really do.
Yeah, I mean, people are gonna, no doubt, I'm gonna get slammed in the comments for like, yo, that's the weirdest shit I've ever heard. It's not like I do it every day, but I mean, like, what do you think they did back then? They didn't have weather services. They just look outside, lick a finger, put it up in the air, slightly windy. Just go shirtless today. Like whatever.
Yeah, but now you got a wizard in your pocket at all times.
That part. Yeah, I was keeping quiet, Brad. I was gonna let him go ahead.
I do check it. It's not like every day. Just like I made 2 calculated errors. I was just like, it's September. Man. My brain was like, it can't be more than 80 out, and both times it was more than 80 out, and I was sweating my ass off. It was pretty
Matty,
brutal.
I think next week will be actually fall. So you're close.
Yeah, that's what I learned. I was talking to my wife on the drive home, and she was like, well, technically it's still summer. I'm just like, what's funny though? You want to hear the most egregious tactical error of the weekend, right? So we go out to this birthday party. It's like 80 out. I'm wearing pants. I have the long sleeve rolled up. So I mean, I'm looking fly, but bro, I wore fleeced pants. So they have like they're very comfortable, but dude, I was baking. I was like,
yeah, man.
I was really warm downstairs.
Boy, it was on fire right there. Things wasn't breathing right.
Yeah, this is why I tell people, I'm like, when you come to me, come specifically for gaming takes, because you're not going to get much of value beyond that. If my preparation in life itself has been anything to go off of.
Dude, I love talking to you guys about that kind of stuff, because you guys are on the East Coast and it's just a different ball game over there, like style and fashion and all that kind of stuff. So it's really fascinating for me to listen to you guys talk about that stuff. Like when we were in New York, I was like, man, it's just a different world out here, the way people dress. It's cool.
I love very cold out here all of a sudden. Give us one weekend and you'll be complaining about how cold it is. So,
dude, yeah, I would die. I'm a Southern California boy. I would not make it.
Yeah, our winters get a little crazy, bro. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I see snow very rarely, so I can't.
It's that peak of once the holidays are over, it's that peak of like February cold. That's the cold that pisses me off, bro. It gets me so mad. I'm like, I'm over you because you're so close to March where it starts to get warm out. And there's like that one day, it's just like a sharp chill, and you're like, fuck off, dude. Like the winter feels like it's forever, but then the spring and summer, they just come and go.
Yeah. I mean, where I live, it feels like spring forever.
That's
pretty
true.
much.
Yeah.
Chilling. I love it.
Yeah. But I miss out on like a lot of the seasonal stuff like you guys have, which I'm jealous about. Everyone's like, oh, fall, the leaves.
Yeah, he's like, I don't get any of that.
I don't know, dude.
I feel it. The change is cool, but I totally get where you're coming from because you got that constant,
Yeah. It's nice, but
it just sounds like living in a simulation in California.
Yeah,
it's like
I'm living like the Truman Show. Yeah, it's exactly what it's like. Yeah, I want that snowy Christmas. I'm always jealous of that kind of stuff.
I think I've only had like 2 I can think of.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. It's always like it snows. I feel like these last couple of years it snowed a ton before Christmas and it all melts, and then like you just go out on Christmas on like a muddy ass day. It's like, come on, guys, can we, just like can Mother Nature treat us a little bit later in the season?
Gunpei Yokai Watchroy, great name. Tell Cog. He'll know what it means. Man is constantly motorboating. Cog, what are you doing, man? What's going on?
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm being accused. Shout out to Gunpei. Man, look, I'm having fun, man. I think I know what he's referencing, but I'm not 100% sure. But you gotta have fun, man. That's all. Life is fun.
That's true. Okay,
got a motorboat.
Yeah, it's got a motorboat. Sometimes you got a motorboat. That's just the way it is. All right, gentlemen. Last week we had a Nintendo Direct, and Matty, I know you did a video on it.
Yes.
And stuff like that. I'm just curious, what did you guys think of the Direct? Anything interesting to you? Anything stand out?
Oh, yeah.
Start with you, Matty, I guess.
Yeah, the one thing they didn't include in the English Direct, bro. I sniped this thing. I was talking to a friend and I predicted it, but yeah, we got the Mega Man Star Force collection. I was like, they're either doing that or Legends. Now, what's exciting is this means when we get our next Mega Man collection, that shit's gonna be the Legends collection. And I'm curious.
Yeah, like what are we doing here, man? Like, why is Legends not? Why we have not gotten this?
I'm surprised they waited this long. They're really testing the full Mega Man market at this point. Like, I don't think they're going to make a new Mega Man game until all these collections are out. But the question is, once these collections are done, what they're going to do next. So we're getting to the end of the line here. Once they, like I mentioned before, once they did Zero and ZX, I was like, oh, they're going to do every single Mega Man game and put in a collection, which I think is smart. But that was a really pleasant surprise to find out after the Direct was over. But yeah, it was a weird one, dude. Like, I just found it really, it was kind of peak Nintendo in what we think of them as. Like, they just did everything that was unconventional and just like, look at me, I'm different. Like, here's a Virtual Boy. It's back. Why? I don't know. I'm not interested in it, but just a lot of announcements along those lines that were weird. New Mario Tennis game looks solid. I was kind of hoping they'd kind of continue the sports rotation. Like, we just got Mario Tennis last generation. It would be pretty cool to get like Mario Sluggers. I was hoping for a little baseball.
I remember the one on GameCube, but did they make more after that? I can't recall. They probably did.
So. I don't know. But because they've done Strikers, tennis, they've done since the N64. Like, they've done a lot of
golf,
these. So I wanted them to, golf.
Oh, there was a
lot
Wii
of
one. Okay, also.
Yeah. So I would like to see a little more Mario baseball.
Sure,
doubling up on tennis over like a little pit stop at baseball irked me mildly. But otherwise, Metroid Prime looks really good. Danganronpa 2x2.
Oh my God.
I thought of you and Dustin immediately.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to hear it when I saw that.
You know what, bro? You know what's funny? That man Kodaka, there's no better businessman in this industry. This man has hoodwinked everyone. He got everyone to go after Last Defense Academy. I'm going out of business. Guess who's working on this fucking game? My man. Yeah.
Wow.
He's back. He's working on it. He's supervising, but he has like the guy who helped him write Ultra Despair Girls, which was not good, but also V3, which was very, very good. Like, arguably the best in the series, in my opinion. He who helped him write that is writing this new scenario, which is apparently as big as Danganronpa 2. So I'll just say, for those who have played V3 and know how it all ends, 2x2, what does that equal? That's all I will say. So I think I know where they're going with this one. Very interested, but very excited. My goat is back, working on Danganronpa. Tokyo Games is involved. Kodaka is involved. That was like the one thing. I thought Kodaka wouldn't be involved. So I give props to Spike Chunsoft for not doing it without him, for waiting until he was well and ready. But this should be great. So very excited about that. That was easily the biggest surprise, because they're kind of like remaking it too. They're doing more first person gameplay, which is what Danganronpa did really well. Like it was a fun game to play on top of like the visual novel stuff. So that was like the announcement of the show for me. I'm going to be honest. Like I was very, very happy to see that because, you know, Kodaka fans have been eating good lately. It's been a good year for us after starving for a while, and Danganronpa next year. And hey, I got to be real. Pocopia looks cool too.
Pocopia. That actually did look cool. Where you play as a little, what is it? Ditto. That's it.
Yeah. Like I thought that looked cool. I mean, I like those cozy types of games, and I get the argument against it that, you know, like, oh, Nintendo's going after games that are copying their mechanics, and they made a game like kind of ripping Minecraft and Dragon Quest Builders. But at the same time, like growing up, the type of Pokemon games I've always loved are the spin-offs. Like they've always been my favorite because I love the universe, and the main lines are great in their own ways. At least older ones are, but the spin-offs have always been way more interesting to me. I don't know why. They've just, I think, explored the game and the world and the mechanics in more interesting ways. So I think Pocopia looks cool. But otherwise, it was like just a really weird direct. I didn't expect a new Fire Emblem game. I guess I probably should have, but that was
been a while, I guess, since the main line. I mean, we did get one, like 2 years ago or a year ago?
Yeah, we got
like
Engage.
And
so I don't know. I'm the odd one out, and I recognize that, but I'm not big on Fire Emblem's direction since Three Houses. I did not really vibe with the whole let's try to be like Persona thing. I liked Fire Emblem like Awakening and the Fate series. Like I thought that direction was really good because I felt it was kind of adhering to both new players and veteran fans, but a lot of people really love the direction it's gone in. So I know I'm the odd one out, but this one I'm kind of like cautiously into. You know, I'm like, okay, let's see where this goes. But overall, thought it was a solid direct, especially for the biggest Nintendo direct ever. Like I thought had a lot for everybody. Fatal Frame Remake was also pretty cool to see. Like just a lot of, I mean, Koei Tecmo was all over this one, but just a lot of random shit.
They are fucking, as Cog says, the biggest mercenaries around.
Oh yeah.
Koei Tecmo, dude. Yeah. They'll work with anybody.
Yeah. Bro, they will take the bag. I'm with you. I thought it was interesting direct. For me, like Nintendo, I always look at them kind of different for me. Like I know everyone goes for the major, you know, the Mario stuff like that. To me, this was kind of like, this was their like, stunt, like, yo, we're big. This is the 30th, 40th anniversary. It was a Galaxy thing. Then you had the whole, like, we're doing the amusement park and we're doing the museum. And I was like, all right. When Mario comes outside, I'm like, okay. All right, this is a thing. But for me, as far as game-wise, the stuff I love from them is not the popular stuff. So I want Metroid to be hot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was like, okay, it's a vibe. I saw the motorcycle. I'm like, all right. But I'm looking at the comments, like, people are like, we hate this. They were like, yo, people did not like them. It was like, it looks bland.
Anything that's different, people freak out about.
Yeah, they freak out. I feel for them. I was like, damn, I was liking it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of thing. So
dude, I've played pretty much every Metroid. And I was like, cool, something different.
Bro, that's like one of my favorite franchises for them, and I just wish it was as popular as the main.
Oh yeah, Metroid's never been as popular.
It's so funny. The top comment on this Nintendo on Nintendo of America's channel for the new trailer is Samus's bike will either be incredible or the worst decision they've ever made. There's no in between.
Yeah, dude, you got to take risks like that every now and then, man.
I agree. So I saw that. Very impressed to see the Resident Evil Requiem. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
From a technology standpoint, that showed me a lot because I saw that game behind the scenes. It is
I was in the room with you, actually.
Oh, bro, we was in the same joint. I forgot.
I was in the room with you. Yeah,
bro. Remember that demo we saw?
Yeah, me and Dustin were there with you. Yeah, it was sick.
Insane. So the fact that the Switch 2 is doing that, and I looked at that port, it looked good. So I was like, you're getting that.
Well, look, Switch 2 good. Like, let's be real. I mean, I ain't playing on that. It's cool. Like, it's cool that it works on there.
Yes. I am impressed that the effort was made and it was doable. I didn't know if it was doable. So that definitely impressed me. I would have liked the other Resident Evils to kind of come out before. It looks like they're all dropping them at the same time.
Same day. Yeah, you're putting Village and 7 on the same day. It's like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Brad. Yeah, they could have spaced that out. And unlike Matty, I was very excited for Fire Emblem. That's gonna be like my
I didn't know you're a Fire Emblem guy. Okay, cool.
3 houses.
Any kind of strategic game, I feel Cog's got his fingers.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Bro, one of the protagonists looked like Luis from Metaphor. I was like,
no, dude, he was just Alucard. He was Alucard from Symphony of the Night. He was like teleporting and doing the same shit.
Yes,
I was like, all right, he's just Alucard, but cool.
Yep.
Like Alucard's sick. Sure, whatever. I'll take a Teemu Alucard. It's fine.
Turn-based, I love the art style, and that game I played a ton on my Switch, man. So like, it's like for me, I got my 2025 game with Metroid. I got my 2026 game. I was like, now I have things to look forward to because other than I know you guys are the big Mario guy, he just don't. He
don't do it for you?
No, we don't care about Mr. Wahoo. No,
you got that lingering hatred from back in the day still, Cog?
You know what it is? It's just, he's in the lingering Sega hatred.
Yeah.
It's just, I like Zelda. Like, I prefer
Zelda's
Link.
the peak. We know this.
Yeah, Zelda's the guy for me. You know what I'm saying? Link is the guy for me. But, it was cool to see that. I guess they brought back that, what was like a Wii exclusive title? Was the
Galaxy and Galaxy 2, yes.
Those are a lot of people didn't get a chance to play it.
No. We had a chance 5 years ago, but they ripped it off the market because they fucking suck.
Yeah, they did the 3D All-Stars that had 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy for the 35th anniversary, but it was limited time only on sale because Nintendo's
budget's tight, Cog. I mean, certainly you understand. Like they were like, hey guys, we can only print like a small amount of these.
Yeah, we can only keep it up on the digital storefront for so long because it's so expensive to keep up there and all that kind of stuff.
But don't worry, we'll give it back to you when the Galaxy movie comes out.
Now they're doing it because they are doing the Galaxy movie, I think. So they're doing Galaxy 1 again, if you missed it the first time, but Galaxy 2 now, which in my opinion, these are some of the finest sequels you have in video games, period. Back to back.
I have heard that.
Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2, fantastic video games. I recommend them to everybody, even if you're not a huge Mario guy. These are top tier video games.
Now, Mr. Bradley Ellis, I have a question for you.
Yes.
As someone with such a strong opinion on them, I don't mean this like a challenge, but what do you think of like a $70 price tag? Because for me, I'm like in the middle. I'm like, I get Nintendo can get away with it. I know these games are amazing, but they just sold us one of them, and I know you can buy them piecemeal for $40. But how are you feeling about 70 for both?
Well, here, Matt. Here's the thing. I'm so used to getting fucked over by Nintendo with prices. To me, this is an improvement because I remember like Wii U ports coming out for $60. They're just like, it's just a port. We added like, a little more controls. It doesn't play like dog shit now. You don't have to use the gamepad. Like Tropical Freeze. I love Tropical Freeze. $60 when that came over to Switch. And I was like, wow.
Damn.
$60 for that. Now I'm getting two like the best fucking games, period, in my opinion, for 3D platformers.
Baby steps, okay.
All right.
Baby steps, Matty. Nintendo, dude, Nintendo has the tax, and it's not a bias against the company. It's they're gonna tax you up the ass for buying on their shit.
Yeah,
you're paying at least. You're paying a premium on Nintendo. That's just the way it is. You're paying that Mario premium, dude. Get ready, dude. You're paying.
Sega would never.
Sega doesn't have to pull.
No.
That's the reason.
Well, they're about to try with this racing game, bro. They gave you Frontiers for 60, but they said you want these crossovers, you're paying 70. So we'll see what the pull is.
Our franchise crossovers, you're paying more for that. You want Knights in this game, dude? You're paying extra. 11 Knights. But yeah, Matty, I wish it was cheaper, of course. But at least you could buy them separate. To me, that is an un-Nintendo move. I was like, I expect to have to buy these together no matter what. It's like, you can just pay 40 for one. I'm like, oh. Okay, whatever. That's better. It's not what I want per se, but baby steps. It is what it is, Matty. Baby steps.
So, what are we feeling about the other controversy I saw was kind of about like announcing DLC before the game releases? I believe it was.
Oh, but it's dude, fucking Assassin's Creed.
So is that a nothing burger for a lot of people?
Yeah, or Assassin's Creed's been doing that shit forever. I feel like they were showing off Assassin's Creed Collector's Edition before we even saw what the game looked like. It's like, all right, dude. To me, this is business as usual. I don't like it, but it is what it is.
Gotcha.
You fucking buying your premium editions of your games for promise of future DLC.
For future stuff, like almost like a season pass kind of energy.
Yeah, it's like the same fucking thing to me. Okay. So, I don't know. That doesn't really bother me too much.
Okay. Because we had Don on, because he went to jump on during our Nintendo Direct segment at ILP. We were talking about it. He said the same thing. He's like, look, I'm not like super excited, but I know at least what I'm going to be getting as opposed to like
Yeah.
the hope of something.
Yeah.
But I thought it was interesting. 'Cause I'd be looking at the Nintendo fan comment section, and Nintendo Directs are the most entertaining things going.
Yeah.
I am
It was so
thoroughly
funny.
impressed with this community, the things that they deal with, and things that they're not willing to deal with. It's funny to me. I'm
So
just like, all right.
unpredictable. It really keeps you on your toes. You just never know. It's that and State of Play. Like these are the two most, because again, as we talked about the last State of Play where we got like Marvel Token, you and I were like, this is fucking amazing. I loved it, bro. The amount of people who went like mid, this shit was ass. So I'm just like, guys, I don't know, man. We're just not on the same page sometimes. Like I don't really get what.
I'm sorry, man. Like a lot of Sony fans are just want their third person cinematic action adventure thing. It's like I get it.
Bros when it's not a just one title for the entire
exactly.
State of
Like,
Play.
I get it, dude. They've kind of built that up over 2 generations, but
yeah.
I love seeing more random shit like more Marvel Token. I was like, dude, this is a really smart, awesome idea. Really good idea.
That game's gonna be huge. That game's gonna be.
Yeah, I think it'll be really big.
Yeah,
you got all those old heads that love MVC and stuff like me and stuff like that. I'm sure COG, Street Fighter versus X-Men, all that kind of shit. That's what I liked about Marvel was from like a lot of the video games, and of course the X-Men cartoon when we were kids. But other than that, that was like my kind of gateway into Marvel stuff. So I wasn't even reading the comics. I was just like, yo, Doom is fucking sick in Marvel. So
yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah,
that's what I like them about. One thing one of my other favorite things for the show you guys didn't bring up was Dragon Quest VII Reimagined.
Oh yeah,
get a remake.
Yeah.
It was a PS1 game originally, a massive game. They remade it on 3DS. I never finished the game. I played like 20 hours. It's fucking huge though. This is like an insanely long JRPG. This is like Persona 5 length RPG kind of thing.
All right, I'm not sold anymore.
But the new version, I believe they're streamlining some more stuff. They streamlined some stuff in the 3DS version, and I believe they're doing more now. So we shall see. And this gives me hope for my beloved, I don't know if you guys can see it, Dragon Quest 8. You could slightly see it.
That was the kind of surprise factor. I felt very out of sync when I saw it was Dragon Quest 7 because I know 8 is the darling. And perhaps the biggest plot twist of all is in the middle of me watching the direct, I have a block in my DMs going, oh, Dragon Quest 7. Wow. I'm like, this fucking guy, like this Mr. Weeb hater wants Dragon Quest 7 remade. He's like, oh, this one's great.
Yeah.
That's what I don't know, but this is absolutely the biggest curveball for me. Easily.
Yeah. That's when especially because they just remade Dragon Quest 3 and now they're doing 1 and 2 coming out soon. Then they just jumped to 7. It seems a little strange, but I'm sure 4, 5, and 6 are coming. They'll be more of that pixelated style, I assume. Yeah. Because the old ones were. But love to see it. Love to see Dragon Quest thriving. Where the fuck's 12? Would love to see something of that game.
Building up the base, Brad. Building up the base.
Yeah, they're doing something. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah.
That game will be huge, though. If the sales of 3 HD remake is anything to go by, I think it's gonna be really big.
Yeah, I hope so. All right, boys, let's talk about what we've been playing, actually. First, you guys have been playing Borderlands 4. Now, I'm not a Borderlands guy. Not for me. But I know people love these games. Well, I mostly don't like it because of the Reddit. It feels like it was written by Reddit back in the day, so I kind of moved away. I was talking shit on 2 back in the day, so... And I know people love
you've been here. Yeah.
Yeah, I played 2 and some of 1. But anyways... What I've heard about this game is very interesting. Well, actually, let me start with some of these write-ins and we can kind of talk about this as I read these. This is from Tom Brown. Hey guys, I've been loving Borderlands 4, but I'm sorry to say that it runs like absolute shit for me. I am on PS5 Pro playing in performance mode. I'm usually quite blind to bad performance outside of obvious frame dips, but the pop-in and low-res textures have been noticeable. What about you lads? How's it been running for you? Thanks and love the shows. And I'm just going to put this in here. This is from Brandon Stark. Hey, Summoners. I like to issue a firm sorted out to Gearbox with the launch of Borderlands 4. I bought the game on my PS5 Pro on Thursday night, but still haven't been able to play it as of Sunday afternoon. The game crashes the moment the main menu loads every single time. I've done literally all the troubleshooting suggested by Gearbox's Twitter, Reddit forums, and ChatGPT. With all this effort, still nothing. After I submitted a ticket to Gearbox, I got an email giving me PC troubleshooting. Yes, I triple-checked. I submitted the ticket correctly. I find this ironic after Strauss-Zelnick was just saying publicly that it's imperative that Take-Two releases great games to stay ahead. This isn't a great start for me. Thanks for reading. Hope everyone is having a better time with Borderlands 4 than I am. Now, there was more comments about people complaining about performance stuff, and I've kind of heard this all over the place. What's going on with this game? Is it a technical nightmare right now?
I would say nightmare is a strong term from my experience, but it seems widespread enough that it is a problem, and it's getting worse because Randy Pitchford went on like a Twitter meltdown, basically telling everyone that they're wrong. And so I think it's definitely going to exacerbate the issue. For some people, I mean, like what Tom's going through, that's a nightmare. I haven't had that. I had crashing. I had like 3 crashes in like 15 hours, which was pretty bad.
What are you playing on?
I'm playing on PC. Sorry, I should have specified that earlier. I've found a term that I've kind of fallen in love with to describe these types of games. It's a science project kind of game. I'm constantly opening up the hood and just tinkering, like, oh, let's turn down the lighting now. Oh, more frames. Okay, great. Oh, but this looks like shit now. Like, I need to change this now. And I think I finally figured it out where I have stability. I played for like 5 hours straight last night without a crash, and it ran really well. Like, I think I figured it out, but I also don't think I'm like brute forcing it. Like, I have a 3080, I have i7 quad core, I have 32 gigs of RAM. Like,
you should be able to do it.
I have a good rig. Yeah, I have a good rig, no doubt. But like, I've seen people with stronger rigs than me having way more problems. So it's unoptimized. And again, the reason it's going to get worse as we're recording this is because Randy just went on this Twitter rant last night, denying it all basically and saying like, actually, according to our customer service numbers, like less than 1% of 1% of people are complaining about PC related issues, and these are just internet threads that you're getting this info from. I'm like, bro, people don't go to your fucking forums to complain. They go to Twitter. They go to Steam reviews. Like, come on now. Like, or maybe you don't. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm not at the nightmare phase yet, because to me, nightmare is like Gollum. Like, this is straight up unplayable. Borderlands 4, my experience has been playable since the moment I booted it up. But there was definitely that, again, science project energy. Like, oh, gotta work this thing out a lot. And yeah, I'm like with everyone, I'm getting a little tired of it. I want to just, I know it can't just be right out of the box. There's going to be some tweaking, but I'm tired of like, all right, combat engagement 1. Oh, that didn't feel good. Okay, change the settings, run around. Combat engagement 2. Oh, almost there. And then 3 and 4. And it's distracting you from kind of like getting going in a game, getting that momentum. So yeah, it's tiring. It's annoying. Especially because Borderlands should be best on PC. And the fact that it's struggling a lot on PC and it's got mixed reviews. It's not about the game for most people. It's like, yeah, this just runs terribly. I'm not having a good time playing it because of that. And it sucks to hear because, as we'll get into, I think the game's really fucking good. I really like it. So it's definitely frustrating because it's a game getting in the way of itself. And then you have Randy firing off on Twitter, which is preventing Gearbox, I think, from reaching another level of like, yeah, dude, like the Borderlands is really back. So that's kind of my quick take on performance.
Okay. Yeah, Colin, what about you?
Yeah, I'm playing strictly on console, on Series X. And I'm playing on performance mode, which is the default setting. And for the most part, I've been fine. Now I've heard horror stories that if you play in quality mode on console, you asking for it. I heard like, do not do that at all. So you got that. The only things I encounter is that it looks like the field of view is set like a specific thing. You can't really change that. And I think that's probably helping console performance, to be honest, even though like most people like the bigger field of view in these games. Yeah, which really helps in looter shooters and Borderlands stuff. But I would say the only time I saw like it was about 2 separate occasions where they were doing cinematics and it was stuttering. I was like, ooh. That's bad. Now it only happened twice, but it was noticeable. And I was like, okay, we gotta get this together, guys. But for the most part, my experience has been solid. Like, I can't really say like in-game action, I've seen like egregious things. I won't say that, that kind of thing. So that's been my experience with it so far. But yeah, obviously, it's clearly not as optimized as it should be. I was speaking to Sav, he's playing on PC. He's got a beast of a rig, close to like almost like a 5090 kind of. Like he's doing it. And like, he's like, yeah, I'm barely getting 60 there. It's that kind of thing. So when you hear that kind of stuff consistently, shout out to my man Slow-Mo, he's a big Borderlands guy. He's running the rig. Like, people are talking about best settings and like kind of what Matty like, hey,
you gotta
do
find the
this,
best
turn
setting.
that off, you know, and it's just like it's a lot of tweak what I could consider the PC tweaking and twerking kind of thing. It's just like, okay, that kind of sucks. But yeah, to see, you know, Randy's comments again, now it's just like, man, sometimes I just feel like he doesn't do his team a good service by some of the comments they makes, because it really makes people irate. And I just feel like he's got to be better about that, man, because the game is, in my opinion, similar, man. Like, I'm having so much fun with the game, and I feel sometimes the game gets done a disservice by the comments made by this gentleman. So that's
telling your customers they're wrong when everyone's having performance issues is a really stupid thing to do. Or just being like, well, based on our customer service numbers, again, I'm like, who the fuck is actually going through your customer service line when the game's broken? Like, they're going to Steam reviews. They're going where actual visibility and solutions are going to be found. They're going to the Reddit threads, because if you knew, it would have just been working out of the box. Like, there would have been no problems. So they're going beyond you.
I agree. And I think I seen him pop off on someone kind of like, well, when you code your own game, you know, blah, blah. And I'm like, just, bro, I get it. I understand the sensitivity. You're very passionate. You love this project. But the way you coming at people, bro, is just wild.
It's also like, I get the nature of, you know, random Twitter user probably does not have the same knowledge base as an engine programmer. But random Twitter user also represents a lot of the feedback that you're getting. That's just like, hey, this runs like ass. Like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do what your programmers can do, but you're the professionals, dude. Like, you know, it's on you guys to figure it out, not me. You know, I'm not going to go code my own engine. No, I'm not here to teach you. I'm not saying I know more than you. I'm not saying it's easy. It's just, that's what you're paid to do, you know? And he's, again, you see, we haven't even talked about the game yet, because this is what he does. He pulls you completely away from what an otherwise great game is. And it's one thing when it's like this shitty movie and it's like, oh, he's out there defending this thing too. And it's like, God, man, okay. Yeah. But when it's something like this, where it's a real, otherwise, I think, victorious launch, at least for me, because I'm just like, I was so ready to like be done with Borderlands, and it's pulled me back in. I'm like, wow, they've really done it. And I think that's the case for a lot of people. And he's now pulling us away from that conversation where it's making it an easy product to hate, which is not what you want to do. Gamers are spiteful. What can you say? You know?
I mean, Randy has a history of just talking when he probably shouldn't talk.
Yeah.
We'll say that, I guess.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. I just think his sensitivity gets him in trouble. And he gets so sensitive about stuff, and he just has to kind of lash back. And I'm just like, bro, you're just doing your team a disservice, man. Just acknowledge it. Have someone else get in front of it and say, we're working on it. Put that simple statement, and that's it. But like to attack the gamer now, it's just like, oh, here we go again.
I just feel bad for everyone beneath him, because it's like, you bust your ass for 6 years, you make this great game, and then your boss is out there making a fool of himself, and you're just sitting there like, oh, great, I spent all this time, and this guy's just doing everything he can to just drill it down to the ground now. You know, like, very frustrating. Very frustrating. Unavoidable, it seems, with Randy, but very frustrating for them. I feel bad for that team.
Okay, our technical stuff aside, let's talk about the actual game and all that kind of stuff. Matty, we'll start with you. You're enjoying it so far, it sounds like.
Actually, I don't want to over-direct here. We should start with Cog, because Cog's a Destiny guy. I want to actually see what Lord Destiny feels about this one, because Cog was on my brain while I was playing. I was like, I wonder how he's feeling about this one, because for me, I'm like, oh, Destiny's in big trouble. But I'm curious if there's a similar feeling here. Do you feel satiated? Sorry, Brad, I didn't mean to
No, that's great. There, great point.
Yeah, I'm very eager to hear what Cog thinks.
No, it's a good question, because, me coming in, obviously, Destiny is my heart, right? And I just love the way the game plays as far as looter. But I have to be honest, right? They borrowed from the OG, that is Borderlands. Borderlands is what created, blues and purples and green weapons and distinctions and classes and synergies and build craft.
Hold on, I correct you right there. World of Warcraft, baby.
All right, wow, for console. good correction.
And I think Diablo 2 and other stuff did that before some other PC guy gets me on there.
Yeah, for console, the looter shooter space.
All right, for consoles, all right,
was Borderlands was looked at as what is the OG. So thank you for the correction. Actually, thank you for the correction. But man, no. So I looked at it. I'm like, all right, let's see now. I'll be honest, like Borderlands, I don't have this deep affinity for the franchise the way others do. It is something I've played, I've enjoyed, and I'm like, okay, it's cool, but I wouldn't say like, oh my God, this is like my favorite franchise. It's not that to me. But I was jumping in after Tina's, which I didn't like. I didn't like was it Tiny Tina's, whatever.
Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Yeah, 3 I wasn't that strong on. And I'm like, all right, so I'm coming in very apprehensive, I'll be honest at first. Let's see what it is. I know the trailers looked good. Let's see what I get. And then when I was playing, I'm like, man, this addiction is starting. And this loop is really good. Now, I will say as a Destiny fan, gunplay is very important to me. And I won't say that their guns are not on Destiny level. But I will admit, feel still good. It's one of the few games that I actually use sniper rifle. I don't use sniper rifles in Destiny, but I use sniper rifles in Borderlands, and it's like everything just feels well. For me, right off the back, I went with Amon, the Vault Hunter, huge sprite. Like, oh my god, this guy's like ridiculously towering over everyone. And I like the build synergy. Like I'm doing the shield. I'm tanking a lot of DPS. Yeah. I'm coming in, and then from there charging up my shield. Then he's got the whip, the little freeze whip thing. That's super hot. But then I'm switching my play styles on the fly. I've got the the power punch thing, kind of thing. I got the thing where I got the 2 axes, and so I just like that energy about it, as well as the build crafting with weapons and stuff. Like I can do stuff to boost my incinerary damage and stuff like that. That's where Borderlands, I'm the minutia of build crafting and synergy. So it hits all those little nuances for me. As far as the game itself, the tone is, I like the tone. So it's a little bit more mature for COG. That is, they always gonna have these, like you would call, Brad, like the Reddit kind of, the cringy. I expect Borderlands to have some level of cringe and foolishness. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't enough to take me out like in past Borderlands games where I'm like, oh my god, can I just get through this and try to throw a one-liner every 5 minutes kind of energy. But this wasn't that. Like I liked what's my man name, the Timekeeper, and it's real brutal, the things he's doing to people. So I was getting wrapped up in the story with that. I will say this: I've been playing it majority at first by myself. Playing this game with friends takes it to the next level. Playing this game with friends is so much fun. Me and Lords, we did a stream on it on Saturday, all 4 of us. Nice. Solve included, who never plays multiplayer. Bro, okay. I saw him and King initially start out hating, and then was all right, well, let's go one more. Let's try to see if we can get to this vault. Let's see, like it became a thing. And I'm like, it starts. And yeah, man, my early impressions are really good. And to Matty's question, look, Destiny's already in serious trouble, right? They've been pissing off their base. They're doing all type of making the grind harder, doing all type of egregious things. And I'm looking at people looking at them like, this is not the time when you got Borderlands right now outside. You got, Helldivers, over there. Like, it's a lot of stuff. So, yeah, man, like I think this is going to have people's attention for a while. Once they get through the performance stuff, this is going to have people's attention. I've really been enjoying my time with it, man. I got probably a lot more to say, but those are my initial impressions. Very strong. And I know when I'm thinking about the game, when I'm not playing it, that's what it has me.
Oh, okay.
I can't wait to get back. What's going to happen when I get this? It's the addiction, the loop. So yeah, that to your question, Matty. Yeah, it's serious competition, and the OG's back. I can't give this for credit.
Yeah. All right, Matty, let's hear from you.
Oh man, I've been loving this game, bro. Okay. I mean, yeah. Performance aside, Borderlands 4. I mean, how to tell the whole story? Like, I loved one saved a friendship of mine. I was in a immature argument with a friend. We were in high school and we didn't talk for a lot of the summer. And then he hits me up one night and he just like literally cold take, just want to play this game called Borderlands. And it was that moment of just like, we're young. We're just like, what the fuck are we fighting for? Right. So get together, we play all night. Pick up where we left off. We didn't even address what the issue was. We were just like, that was stupid, right? Yeah, that was stupid. Okay. And we just moved on. And we played Borderlands all night. And I'm just like, I can't believe I've never heard of this game. Like, this is amazing. Like the shooting, the looting, it's the perfect, Xbox Live game. The tone is great. The characters are awesome. The replayability is fantastic. Loving it. 2 comes out a couple of years later. We're obsessed. We're into it again. We got a bigger squad together. Like me and my friend who fixed our friendship through it are there. And then we got like 2 more and we did this 4-player co-op sesh. Just awesome, right? you start to learn some of the hitches of co-op gaming at that point in my life. Like,
Mhm.
hey, I gotta tweak my build again. And you're like just waiting in the overworld. You're like, bro, come on, I want to go, bro.
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, bro. Like the pit
Hold
stop
on,
bros.
hold on.
Yeah, the pit stop bros who are every mission. Hold on. Hey, hang on. Every encounter. One sec. Got to check this gun out. I'm like, bro, you got to learn how to go on the fly. Like, we got to find pit stops. So, yeah, Cog's one of those. Cog and I will never play a co-op game together.
Just for that, I felt so seen right there. I was like, yo, that is me, bro. I'll be holding up the score.
Yeah, so Borderlands 2 is where I learned the negatives of playing with friends, where it's like, bro, I know I'd be at least 10 hours deeper if not for your sorry ass. So, yeah, like Borderlands 2, special game. They add so much DLC to it. You hang with it for a while. 3 finally comes around. Now, I was so excited for 3. I covered 3 a lot. Like, you can look up my channel name plus Borderlands 3, and you'll just find dozens upon dozens of videos. Like what I did for Fallout 4, just breaking down everything. Like I was in on Borderlands 3. Comes out. I think it's very fun to play. I don't know if it necessarily felt like a true evolution when I really look back on it, but, you know, a lot of the movement was great. Environmental diversity was great. We all know the story and the writing were not great. It just really drove home the toilet humor in a way that was just, you know, I love toilet humor, but they had no balance. Borderlands 1 and 2 had, I thought, great balance in its tone. Like Borderlands 2 famously had some really dark scenes that hit because for most of the playthrough, you're laughing at Handsome Jack just taunting you over the comms.
Yeah,
you know, so 3, especially with its villain group being streamers, just it's I go to the length of saying the writing in the game is worse than I think people actually remember. Like it's bad. It's distractingly bad. And so Borderlands 3, you know, I didn't dislike it, but I also had you want to talk about tech issues? I had a really bad time with Borderlands 3 at launch in regards to tech. Like I showed in my review, like falling through the map, hard crashes all the time, syncing issues, progress issues, quest breaking. Like that game on PS4, at least in my experience, was busted. So I didn't have a lot of love for Borderlands 3, but I also didn't dislike it a lot. And I think a lot of that was probably because I was very excited for the game coming out. If I was in a different mental state going into it, I might have like strongly disliked it, which I think is what happened with Wonderlands. Wonderlands comes out. I know what to kind of expect. I feel they missed their opportunity on kind of capitalizing on this kind of D&D like world. But I also started to recognize Borderlands, and one of its biggest faults was not knowing what made it special and doing too much of what did make it special. Like Tiny Tina was never meant to be a main character, in my opinion. That's my hot take. I don't think she was ever meant to be like more than the side character, because when you get her in big doses like Wonderlands, I'm like, okay, shut up, girl. Like, you know, like enough of the, oh, it's gonna blow up. You know, I can't get into that. You know, it's like chit-chatting a little too much. And her personality is, again, a good balancing act. It felt like they lost what made Borderlands great, but also I started to recognize like, hey, I love this thing as a teenager. This feels like, I mean, it's rated T for teen. It feels like it's for teenagers. Maybe this isn't for me anymore. Maybe I outgrew it. The audience is clearly huge, but I'm not for it. You know, Borderlands 4 though, the tone shift has done wonders. It's gone back to, as Cog mentioned, a lot more of this Borderlands 1 type of structure. Very self-serious. The music is very self-serious. The writing in some cases is very self-serious. But in between all of that, you have these moments where just something really goofy and crazy happens. Like Claptrap finds you washed up on a beach. The music cuts out. He just throws something at you. It beats off your head. And you burst out laughing. You're like, that was great. Because just before that, I won't spoil, but you just see a bunch of crazy dark shit. And you're like, damn, okay. Like, and that's that tug of war, that emotional tug of war that really to me defined Borderlands 2. Like I'm laughing 1 second and the next second I'm like, no way. Wow. You know, I haven't had like a jaw dropping moment in Borderlands 4 yet, but the Timekeeper is a threat. Yes, and the way he becomes a threat and how he uses his forces and the people around you is very interesting, I think, because it's like, oh, this guy's going to hit close to home soon. You can just feel it coming. So I like him as a villain. The Order as this villain faction and sort of the idea of like Kairos as a setting and it's this prison planet is really cool. I think getting away from Pandora was a really smart choice because it felt like a lot of what kept Borderlands 3 held hostage was like this tie to what everyone fell in love with the original. But they've managed to kind of go to this new planet and carry a lot of the tone and the writing style and the gameplay style that made us fall in love with the original while creating like new fun characters, you new fun locations, a world that we can explore and kind of fall in love with that's separate from Pandora. It was a good choice, I think, getting off of Pandora. Like, it frees it from a lot of things. I'm curious if you agree, Cog, in the terms of the gameplay. It reminds me a lot of Halo Infinite. You ever think of Halo Infinite while playing this? Like the gunplay, the grapple hook, pulling things in.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Even the way the open world is structured, I'm like, you're finding just collectibles like echo logs, which have always been in Borderlands, but they're actually objective markers on the map now. A lot of this game reminds me of Halo Infinite. Like, they played the campaign, they went, what if we did this but better?
Better. Yeah. They definitely a nod.
Yeah, and they definitely did, I think. And so for that, I liked Halo Infinite's structure. I think some of its execution wasn't great, but this game reminds me a lot of Infinite, and Infinite felt great to play. This has a lot of role-playing mechanics too, which makes it really good. The loot's great, so it has a lot of what makes Borderlands great, but you mix that in with like a little Halo Infinite DNA, and it's got a really good feel to it. But I've been hooked, dude. Like Cog was talking about, the addiction is real. Like, you drop into this open world, and I went from, okay, like, I'm just going to hit the main story because I'm really interested, to, I'm going to do that side quest. I'm going to do that mission over there, and I'm going to do that collectible. And I'm just like 100%ing the game. And I did not go in with that thought process. I did not go in thinking, okay, I'm home from this birthday party. Walk the dogs. Laylee, you all good? Word. Okay. Food's ready. Okay. Cool. It's 7:30, and then playing till like 3 a.m. I did not anticipate this game to have me by the balls that bad, but like, it does, dude. It's a really, really good time. And the best compliment I can give it, life comes at you fast. I said in my impressions piece, I was like, I played Borderlands 1 through 3 in co-op. We're adults now. Schedules don't line up. It's just more of a hassle to get into co-op. And then, I don't have the time to be like, oh, let's play for like 5 hours this week, and then we won't play for 2 weeks. I was like, I can't do that. So it's been the solo ride for me here with Borderlands 4, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's kind of nice to be able to control my own pace here. But no offense to people like Cog. It's been nice to control my own destiny a little bit, but it's been great to actually be playing and having fun with this game by myself, which I also thought was a bit of an uphill climb for it, but I've been really into it. And for those who are wondering, I'm playing as Vex, because every first Borderlands playthrough for me, I've always been the Siren since Borderlands 1. I was Lilith. I was Maya. I am now Vex. I love the Sirens in Borderlands, man. I'm always going to be a Siren. And Vex is cool as hell. I do like her, because again, her energy would be very corny, because she does have some of those like one-liners where she's a little sassy, but because the game's a little self-serious, she balances it out. She's a breath of fresh air. I really like her. I think she's cool. I think she looks really cool. But I'm using her. I might do a respec soon, but right now I'm using her, for those who are wondering, with the incarnate skill. So I'm throwing Eldritch blasts at people. And when people are near me, I'm attaching like a thread to them and draining their health. And so if you're like close to me or far from me, I'm doing damage on you. And then you get kill skills that activate while this is active, that increase like your fire rate and whatnot. So you become a real like force on the battlefield. I found the difficulty pretty nice, all of that mixed in. So it's been, I think it's really good. Like I've really been loving it. I've totally see myself binging this game and like finishing it a week. Like I just can't get enough of it. Like I already have my plans. Like tonight, once I'm done, we have like a meeting with my team. And once that's done, dinner, Borderlands for a couple hours, like any hours I can get into this game. It's been awesome.
Nice.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Cog, what about you, man?
Yeah, man. I just, like I said, it's so addicting. And again, the weapons, for the most part, they feel good. And to me, it's always about min-maxing, getting new stuff that synergizes with the skills. And then you got the skill trees, and then really going and fine-tuning that. So you got that. You got even like the grenades and the energy stuff, like you can do a lot with these type of builds, and that's my most addictive form of gameplay. That's why I love looter shooters, and it just reminds me of why it is. Now, as far as the tone and stuff like that, like my character is like this. Everyone's like this lovable, noble idiot. Like he talks like Thor. He's like he's silly, you know what I'm saying? But I kind of like him, you know what I'm saying? He kind of makes me laugh. But I think I don't want to spoil too much, but I like what Matty said in reference to the main antagonist topic. You could see where they're going with it, and he basically showcases his power very early, and how are you going to be able to deal with a threat that has this level of ability? I'm just going to say without spoiling for, because I want people to experience, like, when you see the way the game start, you can be like, oh, this dude is a problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I was worried coming in with the boss because, like Matty said, I didn't really like those streamers or whatever the stuff. And then they're coming from 2. Handsome Jack is like GOAT level villain to me. Like I even remember playing the Telltale Borderlands game.
Yeah.
Which was amazing that it had Handsome Jack in it as well. And I'm like, damn, it's going to be hard for them to top Handsome Jack, in my opinion. But I will say, with this tone and where they're going, obviously we got to see where it goes, where it ends. But I ain't gonna find the talking. I'm like, okay, this is keeping me invested to see where it goes, right? And like I said, I love the locales, jumping in the vehicle, going across between different zones and biomes and stuff is a ton of fun. It's enough secrets in open world for you to go off the beaten path and do side quests, and I love it. It's one of the few that I can play by myself and still feel okay and enjoy myself. So for those, I would say, who have been lapsed from Borderlands like me, this is a great game to jump in. I really do. I really think they did a fantastic job, and I'm looking to see where it goes from on. But yeah, if you're thinking about it, I would say, one negative though. Okay, we gotta have some cross progression, bro. You can't be making me make a shift account.
Oh yeah,
and we ain't shifting nowhere. Like, I can't play this nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't an Xbox Play Anywhere game, so that's out. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, okay, if I have it on Steam, like now, I love it so much. I want to be able to continue this on the go, or play at least on my laptop. I can't do any of that. So it's like, I know 2K, you at your bag. I get it. But come on with the cross progression. Like, it's no excuse if you have a 2K account. You got you got a Baldur's Gate out here. You got Cyberpunk out here. Yeah. What's up, bro? Like, come on, especially this game. That feels
seems a little bit against its DNA.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's like a true evolution, though. Otherwise, like, I think it sounds unfair to say, because I think a lot of people really liked Borderlands 3's gameplay, but to me, this feels like a true evolution of the series. Like, going open world, I was kind of in the dark on this game after the state of play, because I was just like, all right, like, again, I was very out on Borderlands. So when I saw the state of play and I went, okay, this looks good, I'll keep my ear open. And as we got closer, I was actually like seeing the character shorts and I went, oh, this looks cool. But yeah, I know it's funny because it's my job, but I was like, I didn't know this was like a full open world game. So going into it, I was a little bit like pleasantly surprised, because I'm sorry, Locke told me it was open world. And I was like, oh, okay. I don't know. Like, I don't know if I want a big adventure.
When people hear open world, they're usually like,
yeah. And but I was interested to see how this evolves the formula, because I saw some potential benefits from that. Like, for example, quest tracking in the old Borderlands games, if you had multiple in the same zone, it was like hard to go from like Sanctuary to wherever you wanted to go, and all you'd see is like the little quest diamond. And you're like, I think it's in there, but I don't know where it's in there. That's all kind of been removed. That fluff and navigation, because it's all split across multiple maps, has been removed now, because it's all just one continuous open world with multiple fast travel points. In a lot of ways, I wonder how Colin would feel about this game, because it does have a little bit of Far Cry DNA, like, clearing silos, clearing enemy camps. These camps either having like different types of collectibles or, new fast travel points. There's some of that like natural open world stuff that's there, combined with the tried and true Borderlands side mission formula that's what helped really define the series, like the goofy, crazy missions. But I really have to say, open world is a good choice. I mean, I know it's come at the sacrifice of a little bit more environmental diversity. Like, if you go back to Borderlands 2, I mean, these maps look tremendously different across the board. But I do feel the continuous map has brought a lot of good gameplay changes in that make it feel like, hey, Borderlands has taken a step forward. And honestly, I feel I've seen some good variety. Like, yeah, I've been across all these Greenlands, but I've seen everything from like swamps to farms to factories and everything in between. Forests, like there's been beaches. So I feel like within the biomes, there's been good diversity. I think a lot of people have been a little harsh on just how, quote, little the map changes up, because I think it changes up a decent amount. I've been pretty happy with it, all things considered. Like, I found a crashed spaceship called the Nostalgia, and there was like a bunch of bandits hidden out within it. I thought that was really cool. So there's like a kind of sense of exploration in this game that Borderlands older games kind of felt like MMO-ish. Like, oh, it's good to hit grab all your side quests before you go out, because if you roam into a certain camp, like it's going to be a waste of time clearing all these enemies out, because there was probably a side quest tied to it. So now you get to grab that side quest, come back, then clear it out. With it all being in the open world, you kind of get rid of a lot of that, because now there's actually locations that you'll just hit that are enemy camps that just have little things you can pick up, and it's not like punishing to navigate somewhere and like maybe get the side quest later, because the area will already be like cleaned out. So they've done a good job with that. It kind of streamlines a part of the process in a really intelligent way where it's easier to play, is how I would define it. Not in the traditional sense easier, but like it's just a lot easier to pick up, play, get around, have that freedom, and not play it a certain way. So it does feel like an evolution in that sense. Yeah, as Cog mentioned, the build crafting's crazy. The weapons feel good right off the bat. Like that was the other thing that stood out to me. I don't have that Destiny DNA, so I don't know the comparable there, but I got to say, like right away, I went, "Oh, this feels good." Like
feels good though.
When you have the level 1 weapons and they feel good, you know something's cooking here. And so I think they've done a really good job just evolving the general formula, and I can kind of feel the parallelization setting in of like, oh man, I want to kind of go this direction. I want to take my character this direction. I don't know which way to go though. It's been awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
I know you haven't finished the game or anything like that, but I think this is the 6th Borderlands game. Maybe. Well, because there's 1, 2, 3, pre-sequel, Tiny Tina, this, and I guess you can include whatever the Telltale
ones. Yeah.
Do you think it's kind of reaching its limit of what they can do for a sequel?
Oh yeah, good question.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know where they take it beyond this. That's a good point, because
I was going to ask you this before, and you said it's open world, and I was like, okay, that's like the big hook to separate it, I guess, from the other ones. But once you go open world, it's kind of hard to go further than that.
I think the next natural step is multiple planets. I don't know if this game does that, but like Galactic Borderlands is kind of what the theme of this series is, and I feel maybe they'll do that here, but I don't know. But I do think Galactic Borderlands sounds really interesting, in that, being able to get in a ship and go to multiple planets would be really cool.
Okay.
If they do that in this game, then I'm out of ideas. But yeah, if they do like a Mass Effect Borderlands, I think that would be cool. That would be the next logical.
That's a good idea, actually.
Step.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, this game sounds great. Everything you guys have been saying, like, makes me more interested in the game. I'm like, okay, they're turning down the toilet humor a little bit. That's good stuff. Gameplay sounds all really fun. I would probably check it out if there just wasn't so much shit out right now and coming out.
Yeah,
so much, bro.
But I'm really happy to hear you guys are enjoying. That's good, because I know a lot of people didn't enjoy 3 so much, and people were kind of lukewarm on Tiny Tina and all that stuff. So sounds like Borderlands is back.
Yeah, at least for me.
Sure. Yeah, for me.
They just got to polish up some of that tech stuff.
Yes.
I
Drop
think
them patches, stop
really
blaming the
stuff.
fan base, and good to go.
Yeah. Now, I know, like, particularly like Borderlands 2 had a lot of DLC and stuff like that. Have they kind of hinted at what's going to be a DLC for this game, or do they have any already?
If they've hinted at, I know there's going to be premium DLC. They've already committed to that, but because they have they have a heinous amount of versions for this game. Like they go upwards of $120. But to their credit, they are in a genre where they could easily make this live service, and they have yet to. So, and they have never bent on that. So I do like that they're sticking with the paid DLC format. They're going to do something. I don't know what it's going to be though, because like everyone thought like Borderlands, they'd take the Borderlands 2 approach with 3 and like add more playable characters and whatnot. Like I think Borderlands 2 got Krieg and I forget her name, but it was the Necromancer. And so I think Borderlands 3 went more of the traditional story route. I don't know what 4 does, but it'll be interesting. And what's also kind of neat is that Borderlands does respect its lore. Like I know there's stuff from the DLC of 3 that's carrying over into this game from what I've heard. So, I was so out that I was like, I will figure it out as I go along, because I do not care enough right now, and I do not want to put myself through Borderlands 3 again to kind of catch up. But Borderlands 4 and its DLC, I'm sure will kind of go down probably 3's route would be my guess, but I don't know.
Yeah, they
Okay.
look like they have a little roadmap going on for
Oh,
a
they
few
do?
months.
Cool.
Yeah. I'll send you guys the link. They got a little post mortem kind of going on, and then like some story packs and stuff like that. So yeah, they had new Vault Hunter in one of the story packs is going on.
Oh,
Ruby in the
yeah.
storyline.
Okay.
Yeah. So they got stuff
New
lined up.
map
Q1,
zone.
yeah,
Oh.
Q1 2026. It looks like when things really get jumping as far as the
Mad Ellie in the Vault
stuff.
of the Damned. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. Yeah, okay, yeah, so they're doing they're doing seasonal mini events, cosmetics, weekly mayhem, weekly wild card mission. Yeah, okay, wow, they got like a full thing ready to go up until Q1 26 and at
Yeah.
least 2 story packs.
Yeah, some free stuff. Check them out.
Yeah.
Free content. Cool.
Very nice.
All right. Very nice. Let's move on to the next thing. COG, Indiana Jones, The Order of the Giants DLC. I played the base game of this, and I really liked it. I thought it was really fun. Don't know if I'm ready to go back quite yet, but you played the DLC. Talk to me, dude. How is it?
Yeah, DLC pleasant surprise, man. Order of the Giants, man. So it's like this story of this crusader mystery thing going on. You go back to the Vatican, and that's how you got to jump it off. There's an NPC there. Now I believe you have to have a certain amount of progression in the main story in the Vatican part. You don't have to beat the game, but this is it. So it's definitely extra side content. But I will say, like, man, I was looking for an excuse to come back to this game. Like you said, Brad, like I really enjoyed my time with Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And, you have some stealth elements. Now, this what I would say is more puzzle heavy than anything. But I will admit, like, one of my pleasant surprises with the base game was that, remember the talk was first person, right? And we're like, how are they going to handle that? But the thing that I felt was lost that I feel that they did really well, Machine Guns games, is like first person puzzle, like tangible objects, looking around, inserting things. Bro, they've got some puzzles in here that I was like, wow, this is creative. This is really cool. There was this like snake water maze thing. I had to filter things into a structure. I had to change the flow of water into a certain thing. There was a couple other puzzles that was sick, man. This is what is going to drive people crazy. It's like a statue in the middle of the room. There's these 4 statues. They all have a shield with an animal on it. And then there's this ball maze that you got to direct this thing underneath each statue. And if you don't do the sequence, bro, it is crazy. You have a limited amount of parts. You have things you can direct traffic to where this ball thing goes. But again, creative. And for the most part, most of this stuff, you just got to take your time, think, use the picture. Indy will kind of give you some tells as far as what you need to think about, right? And then figure it out. Now, though, I have to go at them, though. The last puzzle, it was nonsensical. I was like, no. I was like, this did not make any sense. And I did break, man. I tried, but we spoke last time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not going to look this up. I could do this. I got this. I'm halfway through this. Bro, when I found out what it was that, quote unquote, I was missing, I was like, bro, this made absolutely no sense. So I got to come after that last puzzle was whack. Like that did not do itself any justice. Right. But the overall theme of the DLC is, Indy's working with this this father who's another person in the ministry that is trying to figure out the secret of this ancient race, whatever, and of giants. And basically, you go from Vatican, and then once you leave the Vatican, and then you go to Rome. And it's a different little section there. Again, you got some combat elements. You have some stealth elements. You have a new enemy type. There's kind of like these hooded, robed enemies that are part of this evil circle. We kind of like mystical. They're very tanky. They're very strong. So I will say this, I was kind of at a super advantage because I beat the game. My stamina's crazy. I got all the skill books. So I could tell these guys were hitting hard. But if you just did this from the beginning, I can see how these guys would be really challenging for you. So in short, I would say about, depending on how good you are with puzzles, you know what I'm saying, probably about 5-6 hours, that kind of thing. But I enjoyed it, man. I really did. I think this is an underrated game from Machine Games. And I mean, I want a sequel. I want more Indiana Jones.
I would like a sequel.
I just love everything about it. I love the combat, you're countering, you're doing the stuff, the whip mechanics, the moving around the map that way, the traversal. And I would just say that I guess the only controversy will be price to value. And I think that is fair to say, hey, 'cause I think it was like $20. I forgot how much it was. I had the season pass, so but I could understand someone say, hey, I would have liked. My only criticism was that I wanted in the base game, the side quests had way more cinematics to match main quests, right? This, I felt like this was more raw gameplay, which is great, and puzzles, which is great, but less cinematic. So this way is a little part of me that feels a little disconnected, as this is as this wasn't as inculcated into the main story as I would have liked. But it was still a fun run, man. I still enjoyed it. Had a great time with it. And again, I'm looking to see if they're gonna A, do more, or B, that's the last thing for it. And maybe Machine Games and, Lucas wants to do another one. Because I think the vibe I'm hearing is Lucas really liked how this game performed and would probably want another one. But it's up to, Todd, because he's got his hands and everything. And Todd, you could tell his fingers are all over this game. His love for Indiana Jones and the character. Right. And Troy did his thing again, man. It's indistinguishable.
Yeah, he was great.
From Harrison Ford. So yeah, I loved it, man. And again, shout out to Indiana Jones. Great. I was looking for an excuse to go back. So when this came, I was like, yes, I'm ready now. Let's go.
Well,
more achievements. They added more achievements for this.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Is it across the base game or just the DLC?
It's across it's like now from Xbox standpoint, we're from 1,000 to like 1,250. Okay. So you got more if you do stuff inside this actual DLC as well.
Got you.
I like when games do that. I like when like Oblivion used to do that. Elder Scrolls, you're like, oh yeah, I get a chance for more. You know what I'm saying? Trophies and achievements. I love stuff like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's funny you say Lucasfilm was reportedly very happy with it. Mm-hmm. Like, well, it's the best Indiana Jones thing that's been out for a long time. Probably since the original movies, I guess. So
yeah,
they're better than Crystal Skull and Dial of Destiny, that's for sure.
For sure.
Before I ask you more questions, Kyle Day wrote in. You kind of touched on this though, Cog. Hello, Big Bad Brad and the Dukes. Just finished the Order of the Giants, and it was great and reminded me that I really love the game and can't wait for the sequel. However, $20 for what amounted to about 3-ish hours side quests, mostly lacking story, was a bit much. Wondering what Cod thinks about the value of what we got. Thanks, boys. Yeah, you kind of touched on this.
Yeah. It's a fair question. I think to Kyle's point, the story became predictable towards the end. I'm like, of course this thing is going to happen. Right? I don't want to spoil. So I was like, Indy, you're a fool if you don't see what's about to happen to you, what you're doing here. So yeah, that part I just felt like was shortchanged from a narrative story perspective because every other side quest gave you really good cinematics, a lot of them. This is minimal. So if you're going to come into this to say, hey, I want to see how this affects the overall story of the game, this is not going to do that. But it's a cool mystery about this race of people, and the locale I thought was cool. But yeah, your mileage will vary because again, if you solve these puzzles fairly quickly and you're super sharp at everything, then maybe you blaze through this super fast. But I thought it was still worth it. I think if you love this game, it's worth picking this up.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Do you think it was kind of a mistake? I don't know, focusing mostly on a puzzle aspect of the game for this DLC only?
Maybe I misinterpreted. I don't want to make it seem like it's just purely puzzle. It's combat, traversal, stealth. And I would say puzzle's probably about 60%.
Okay.
So it is more of it, right? But I will say like it's only thing you're doing in here. You know what I'm saying? Kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sounds interesting. It's in the Vatican, I assume. It's not a new location or anything like that. Or like a new section like you have to travel to, I guess.
No, it is. So basically you go to the
okay.
Vatican to jumpstart the quest with the NPC, the quest giver, so to speak, right? But then once you venture it off for like a couple hours in, then it's like, okay, here's the new locale. Now, granted, it's a very segmented off new locale, not as big as like the other ones. The other ones were huge, and this ain't that. This is a very small.
There's no like additional like side quests to pick up in that region or anything like that.
There's a couple of side quests, and there's a couple of new mysteries, and those are the ones that really challenge you because Indie ain't giving you no hint that, and it's like those ones where you look at that picture, you're like, okay, there's 3 here. I'm looking like how that go. Like if you like the mysteries of the first game and the really be they were really creative as well. So like I said, I felt for value the proposition, it was worth it for me.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to get to it sometime, but. Who knows when? But yeah, I did enjoy the base game, so glad to hear it's pretty solid.
No doubt.
All right. For me, what I've been playing, the only thing I've been playing for a while is Hollowknight Silksong. So I'm about 26, 27 hours in the game now. I think I'm going to be able to finally finish it today. I've been trying to do everything possible that I can find before moving on and all that kind of stuff. And I think the game is great. I mean, I talked about it a lot last week, but overall, I think it's a really great game and awesome. Probably one of my favorite games of the year, but it does have some problems, I think.
All right.
And I'm sure you've heard people complain about this. I think the runbacks are a little much at times in the game. I think some stuff is maybe, it's a weird thing for me to say, but like too hidden, some things, particularly like, have you guys played the game at all? Like, Matty, have you tried this?
No,
you guys played?
No.
Okay.
I just started it. I was out.
Yeah.
Well, basically,
I started it, but I didn't want to get too deep because I was like, I got so many other things on the plate. But I just wanted to see what the feel was. But yeah, I heard you said. Continue though.
But like there's benches that you rest at, which are essentially your bonfires. Your checkpoints and stuff like that. And if you die, you go back to the checkpoint. And in these regions or areas you're exploring, some of them are very hidden. Some of these chairs, kind of things like that. Like I would not have found some of these unless I looked it up because I was getting to the point where I'm like, well, there's got to be something. There's a lot of hidden walls, breakables, and stuff like that, and like illusions of what you can jump through and stuff like that. And I think that is going to drive some people crazy if they don't play with a guide, like what I was doing for a lot of it. Because some of these runbacks to bosses are very long and there's a lot in your way to get through there. Now, I don't mind a run back here and there. It's totally fine. Like, I fucking love Demon Souls and shit like that. Games like all run backs. But we've kind of changed. Gaming has changed to a bit. Like, even Elden Ring and From Software games, the run backs aren't as brutal, or if not there at all. Because this is a very challenging game. You're going to die a lot in this game. And I mean a lot. Like, shit hits like a truck. Everything's trying to fucking kill you constantly. You're dealing with a lot here. But luckily, the game feels so damn good. Every time I make a mistake, I'm like, yeah, it's my fault. That was my bad. Good. Yeah, I fucked up right there. I didn't lock in quite nearly as much as I should have. And the feedback feels so good. To me, it's one of the best feeling Metroidvanias I've ever played. And I've played many, many Metroidvanias. So it is fucking outstanding from that standpoint. This game is massive too. This is definitely one of the biggest Metroidvanias I've ever played. And I'm wondering when I beat it at the end, like the true, like finally beating it, if I'm going to feel like maybe it was a little too long. I'm not exactly sure how I'll feel about that. That's going to depend on you as a player if you want more or whatnot. But there is a lot of variety in this game and locales and all that kind of stuff. Lots of fun tools you get. Really great upgrades. But don't get me wrong. Don't get twisted. If you're hopping into this game, dude, prepare to get your ass beat. Because it's going to happen, man. This is a tough-ass game. They don't fuck around. And some of it works better than other times, I think, like that. Some of the boss fights are really cool. Sometimes they just get a little annoying in the sense that, here's some ads for you. It's like, all right, dude, well, going back to the ad well a little few too many times. But Silksong's an awesome game. I really love it. It's kind of incredible how much there is in this game, I feel like. Now it makes sense to me. It's like why it took so long, especially with how small of a dev team they are, because it's all very impressive. It runs really well. Doesn't seem like there's any technical issues and stuff like that, which is very nice nowadays. You know, you're not hearing people complaining about tech stuff. And I get it's a different scope than some AAA things, but it's still a nice thing regardless. But I think it's an awesome game, man. Definitely not for everybody. Hell no. I think a lot of people are not going to make it towards the end of this game. I'll say that because it's a challenge, man. It's a gauntlet, and it's very unapologetic about it. And I respect it. You know, they're following through with their vision to a lot of stuff, but dude, it could be trying at times. Like you're gonna get fucked up. Not just from combat. A lot of the platforming is insanely difficult too. But if you like stuff like Guacamelee 2, like I did, probably gonna dig it to an extent.
So would you say, because I know a lot of people, I know you're getting close, a lot of people playing it, like people say, hey, Brad, this is now in the conversation for
Goaty?
Yeah, like has it
for
has
me?
it,
Yes.
yeah, okay.
For me, yeah, I think so. It's one of my favorite games of the year so far. But I like Metroidvanias a lot, so I know not everyone is in that camp necessarily, but I'm having a really good time. Especially from like if you're like a pure gameplay kind of person, or if gameplay is super important to you, yeah, it's definitely there. Don't get me wrong though, there's lots of lore, lots of fun side characters, I should say. They're all very charming in their own weird ways. Everything is like a bug in this game, so you're dealing with like a lot of weird. There's like a lot of weird, visually kind of like unsettling looking characters, which is fun. But there is a lot of charming, cute characters as well too. And I think just from a Metroidvania standpoint, it has a lot of surprises, which is important to these games. You know, everyone thinks of the inverted castle from Castlevania and stuff like that. And there's some cool moments in this game that just kind of remind me of that, where I'm like, damn, this game really went for it. And they fucking went for it in this game. And I respect the hell out of it from how small that team was. So well done, Team Cherry. But I totally get a lot of complaints. Like these write-ins, real quick here. Well, we got one positive, one negative right here. Killwin wrote in, sup summoners, let's talk Silksong. I loathe this game. I explore new zones only to find death in its design. I defeat a difficult enemy only to find another of its kind not far away. I finally beat a boss only to be rewarded with something I'll never use. So why do I keep going back for it? Or back to it? I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship hoping to find any kind of love within the hate. If the game weren't so pretty, I might have given up like so many have already. So I have to ask, is this game too hard? Is the juice worth the squeeze? I will keep going. I just got to the battered lands after giving up on Bile Water area. And I think I'm still in Act 1, 15 hours in. LOL, peace. Well, Killin, you got a ways to go, buddy. So I hope you're okay with that. Drew D wrote in and said, hey, Brad, I took your advice last week and hunkered down on Silksong. I find the game incredibly difficult. And I feel like throwing my controller against the wall sometimes. But when I finally beat a hard platforming challenge, revealing a totally new part of the map, or beat a hard boss on that one last try, I know I'm hooked. I can't stop playing. Hope you're still enjoying the game and giving salutations and health as well. Shout out to the Dukes. I wrote my health as well short, or I wore my health as well shirt in front of my 2-year-old and had to explain what an Xbox controller was to her kind of day. Best Drew D. Yeah, the difficulty of this game is filtering a lot of people, and I totally get it. It is a very challenging game, and it's not perfect at all times, I think, in its design and difficulty. But it does have that really satisfying feeling of once you learn something and overcoming it, you can kind of tackle it constantly. Like some boss fights, you might feel like, man, this is fucking impossible. How am I going to beat this kind of thing like that? Then you just kind of learn the pattern, you lock in, then you don't have trouble with it anymore. That goes for enemies as well. Once you kind of learn their little maneuvers and ticks like that, you can conquer a lot of that stuff. But like I said, not a game for everybody. If someone's like, yo, I don't like Silksong, it's like, I get it, dude. I get it.
He's going to go fight.
I get it. But I'm having a great time playing it. I don't know if it's my favorite game of the year or anything like that, but it's definitely one of my tops for a game of the year. So, well done, Team Cherry. But hopefully I'll beat it today. I'm ready for it to end at this point. Like I'm ready to wrap it up, but it's been a fun ride. It's definitely, if you're looking for a game that is full of wonder and discovery, you're going to have a good one right here. And it's on Game Pass. So if you got Game Pass, you can check it out easily. All right, boys. It's time for Sort It Out. On this segment, we just talk about something that we're not pleased with in the game industry. It needs a little work. Could be a game, company, human, whatever you want to say. I'll just go first. Randy Pitchford, bro, you got to relax, dude. How many times do we have to tell you this? How many times have you been sorted out on this show? Just fucking cool down, man. Yeah, I get it. Being passionate about your project and whatever, and you're going to be defensive no matter what a little bit. But like you guys said also, it's like you are making the team look bad, not just yourself. You got to think about everyone else being affected by your random outbursts. Think before you post, always. Think about it. if you're really passionate, like take a night, sleep on it, Randy, before you say it. All right.
I
Matty?
imagine these talks have already happened. He's like, yeah, definitely, guys. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to listen to you at all.
It feels like Randy is just a fucking wild card at that company and they just don't know what to do. They're like, well, we have to keep him, but he's a pain in the ass. We kind of secretly hate him.
Yeah, I think it was Strauss or somebody had mentioned this. This was my sorted out. I think we all have the same.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's the same thing because it's like I think Strauss or somebody made a comment, and I could tell in the tone that he made it was in referencing Randy. It was like, yeah, he's passionate, and but we love him, but I could tell based on the verbiage, it's like what type of personality you're being forced to deal with, even though he's a great creative, and you love the franchises that he's behind. But it's the same thing. You said it perfectly, Brad. It's like all you're doing is just putting so much pressure and a bullseye on this team to get hate for things that are easily avoidable. Easily just put the phone. Don't press send, bro. Like
don't press send.
Don't press send, man.
It's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. And I get it. As a developer, you feel attacked. You feel like these people don't know what they're talking about. And but bro, you're not gonna defeat the internet. Newsflash. You're not beating the internet, bro. Like, you got to stop. I don't care how you can be in the right, even if you're in the right. Sometimes it's just not worth the bullseye and the negative attention you're going to give your game. And the sad thing is your game is good. You have a great product. Just fix the performance issues. Stop being so sensitive. Stop being so defensive. Let your team and the troubleshooting guys take care of that. Put out a prepared statement. He needs to get away from the mic. Put the mic down, bro. Stop tweeting. Just let the game speak and handle it through the process. That's just my advice there.
Yeah, and it's not like the developers didn't know the state the game was in from a technical standpoint. They all fucking knew.
Yeah.
It's just the reality of the situation. Just quietly work on it. Like, yo, we're addressing this. Okay. Just working on all that kind of stuff. And I get like defending yourself and standing up for yourself, but it's just like how you do it is a whole different kind of ball game.
Yeah,
good point.
And you don't want to come off as a jackass. So just think about it, Randy. Sleep on.
Can't battle your
write
fans,
your tweet
dude.
out. Sleep on it or whatever. Get someone to maybe look at it, see what they think. You need a little, maybe you need an editor, perhaps.
Yeah.
Before you shoot. Yeah. All right, Matty. Anything else you want to say?
No. You guys covered it all. I just it's just frustrating because they've made a great game. He's getting in the way, and it's too much of a trend. Take his phone away. Take away the phone
away, dude. Just put it down, Randy. Take a break. All right, this is from Propeller Doggo. Hey, Hollow Brad, Vault Hunter Cog, and Traveler Matty. I've got a sorted out, directed straight at Activision and Microsoft since they own Activision now. We are literally in a Renaissance era video game adaptations, and yet I still haven't gotten a Crash Bandicoot adaptation. How the hell is Expedition 33 cutting in line to get one? Or Life is Strange coming in with one? Or even goddamn Call of Duty? Or fucking Poppy Playtime? Poppy fucking Playtime. Meanwhile, my beloved Bandicoot is still being ignored. I feel like Matty during that one rant where he screamed, everyone is getting the remake and remaster except KOTOR.
Still true.
This is my moment, but with me begging for a Crash Bandicoot adaptation. Every time I hear news of another video game adaptation and see fans getting excited, my brain just goes, fuck you. Thanks for reading my rant and I also want an adaptation so Matty can finally do a Crash Bandicoot retro rebound kind of day. Damn. Those Crash fans, dude. It's so funny. Like, I've never been like in the Crash camp. Not anything against it. I just missed the boat on a lot of those games at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And just how passionate people are for Crash Bandicoot.
They showed out, bro. They bought that game when they did the Insane Trilogy. I mean, it sold over 10 million, if I remember correctly.
Too bad they made that. Well, I don't think Crash 4 sold as well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Then they did that Crash. What was that? That other Crash game, that like
the kind of that multiplayer one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was probably not a good idea. But yeah, Crash is kind of on ice right now. So I don't know. Do you think Activision just doesn't see the draw with Crash Bandicoot?
Man, I just don't know what you do with an adaptation. I don't know if I'm just like missing something, but like, do you like do you voice Crash? Do you have all these characters talking, interacting? Like what? It's kind of the Mario movie effect where it's like, what rules do we break here to make this adaptation work? And is the demand real nowadays? I know.
Like, do younger kids care about Crash?
Yeah.
Like they do Mario.
Yeah, because like I'm learning that harsh lesson as Sucker Punch continues to be asshats and tell us only about 10% of us actually would work on Sly Cooper. Fucking give it to someone else then, man. I'll work on it. Like,
again,
come on.
Give it to someone else again.
Yeah. Like, so or fire your whole team and hire a new 90%, right? Like that was my
I think
solution.
that's justified.
Yeah, 100%, right?
Yeah, Savage.
So I'm just saying that like I know where Propeller Doggo's at, right? But I'm learning this harsh lesson that what my childhood is, the stats have decided to leave that part behind in the market analysis. Like, we're not gonna, no one really cares nowadays. Those are adults now. But these adults have kids that want to show them these things they grew up with. So maybe it would go well. I don't know.
Matty, I think it's about like kind of just picking your battles and being happy with what you get. Like, for instance, you love the Turtles. The Turtles are still relevant. They will never die. I don't know. Those Turtles just keep on coming back.
Maybe if they
reinvented.
Stop making them look goofy as fuck, that'd be great.
Do.
Like I hate to sound like a hater here, but like, yeah, they're back. They're relevant. That's great, but they look stupid. Like they look. I don't know how to put it. I don't care if people are like, well, low key, man, the movie's such a fire. Like, bro, I gotta look at that shit for like an hour and a half. Like, come on, like let's be real with ourselves.
No, I feel like the Turtles get reinvented almost more than any other IP.
Way too much. That's the thing. Way too much. You're doing way.
Always
don't get me started, Brad. Don't. It's way too much, bro. They've been reinventing them. Like when they were cruising with 2003 TMNT, I was like, yeah, we got it. And they're like, yo, what if we did flash forward and made them sci-fi turtles? I'm like, no. How about we don't do that? And guess what? It killed the whole show. And they went away until the 2012 rendition with Nickelodeon. Like, I'm with you, bro. It's like I don't know what the process is. Like, okay, make your turtle. I'm like, how about we just go with like, hold on. What this, Come on now. Make
Classic.
Cool. Woo. Turtles are cool, bro. They've looked cool since the very beginning. Let's not get away from that, Brad. Why'd you have to say that, man?
Got it started, Brad.
Like the plus is like some things you love will continue on, but some things you love, a lot of people just don't give a shit about. It's like me with Banjo-Kazooie. It's like I love Banjo-Kazooie, but it's like I've acknowledged, and I'm like at this point, I'm like people just don't give a shit enough about that franchise. As loud as some people may be, I think the ship has just sailed sadly. As much as I'd love to see the Bird and Bear come back. Hopefully they do someday, but I ain't counting on it anymore, Just be like, all right, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. God, do you think it's just like they don't see the value in Crash? Like probably a lot of younger people don't give a shit about Crash. It's all millennials like us.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think it's just the demand. And they're playing that by the numbers, spreadsheet. Statistical game, and it's unfortunate. I feel for them though, man, especially when you love something that's like, damn, everybody else getting something, an adaptation, and you feel it. You do feel it, especially, with that. And I guess for me, Crash, the initial series, I was just like, man, I remember when it came out for its time, 3D and going, from side to side and then almost in a 3D kind of thing. It was big for PlayStation at the time. And obviously we saw what the trilogy did, stuff like that. People, I know a very passionate Crash Team Racing group. They go hard. They feel it.
Mr. Raygun.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, Ray, I forgot Raygun's one of those. Yeah, I got my man BG. There's a couple of they really go hard in the paint for Crash Team Racing. So it's out there. The question just comes down to the adaptability and then putting this character on the big screen and making it marketable in a transmedia way. And it's just like, I don't know, man. I hate to say this, Propeller, but it's like I never really saw Crash like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not that it can't be done. Look, man, I don't know. Like, even Sonic took a while to get right. Remember the first rendition of it? And we were like, yo, what's up with his teeth, bro? What's going on? Like, they had to take it back to the drawing board and clean it up before it became what it became. And this is Sonic, right? So it's just like, I don't know if he moving like that in these streets.
Sonic was still coming out with games pretty frequently.
Yeah.
As bad as they were still coming. People were still buying them, dude.
Yeah.
Like Matty.
Exactly. He said like, man, like it's one guy. The way you said that was mad funny. It's like Matty. Yeah, him and the 5 guys. Now, more jokes aside, that's what I wear. I don't think they look at it that they can justify, a base for it. But hey, I'm pulling for you, brother. If you're happy, I'm happy. You love it, I love it.
Yeah, because you never know. Like maybe if they did do it, maybe it would catch on with younger people. It's hard to say for sure, but I don't know. Mm-hmm. Like it's interesting to me that like we're just now getting Call of Duty movie coming.
Think about that.
Did you see that they rejected Spielberg to do Call of Duty movie?
The guy that's made Band of Brothers and
like the war movie guy who loves Call of Duty, they turned him down. I'm just like, this shit's gonna fucking blow.
Oh, that's not off to a good start.
Spielberg down. Yeah, because he wanted creative control. They were like, apparently, according to Variety, he wanted creative control. And they're like, no, sorry. I was like, oh boy, that's a bold play. We got the guy who already made Call of Duty on the big screen.
Yeah.
Like, no, we're good. We're good, fam. Thanks, though.
Remember what I talk about was source material. When that rant I went on with them, and I was just like, look, I'm not the Call of Duty guy, but I understand what that franchise means, and people are going to be very pissed if they do not respect that universe, you know what I'm saying, kind of thing. So God bless. Let's see what happens. I don't know.
Yeah, you might be like a Resident Evil fan like me with the movies. Where I'm just what's going on? Those are beautiful, guys? Aren't they? Yeah, what's going on, boys? But it is what it is, I guess. You got to take those wins when you can get them. All right, this is from Jooch Magooch. Sup, sexy summoners. I have to issue a sorted out to Nintendo. What kind of second mortgage garbage is going on with the prices for all the new games and Amiibo announced? Do you remember when Amiibo were $12.99? I remember. Yeah, dude, Nintendo, dude, they are just they will nickel and dime you all day. No question. They're because people buy. People buy. People show up. So they're like, all right, whatever, we'll just jack up the price. Like I've seen like Amiibos and I'm like, what the fuck? Why is that like $30?
Yeah. Since when they jumped to that price point now? I'm like, what are we doing
crazy, dude. So I'm good on that front. Don't need that shit. But yeah, Nintendo, they know the power of their brand, man.
Oh yeah.
Multi-generational kind of brand that people love of all young kids, older adults, all that kind of stuff, dude. It's like Disney almost. Oh yeah. So they'll get you. Keep buying. And everyone keeps buying. So it is what it is. Yeah, Nintendo, though, they are... And don't get twisted. More companies would do this as well if they could get away with it. Everybody would be doing it. Of course they want to. But they don't got that kind of power. Sony don't got that kind of power. Xbox don't got that kind of power. Nintendo's a whole different ballgame and IP kind of like brand stuff like that.
Brand power, nostalgia.
Yeah.
Nobody's messing with them on that.
Nobody's on that front.
They caught me one time. They caught me with when Breath of the Wild came out, they had like 2 or 3 Amiibos. And then there was one that was like a little wolf.
Yeah, the Twilight Princess one with Midna.
Bro. And you had that wolf in the beginning game when the game was tough, you ain't got a lot of hearts and stuff. Bro, that wolf was doing work. It felt like a cheat code. Before I even played the game, I'd load that Amiibo up. I had that wolf everywhere, bro. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah,
I was
dude.
Like, damn it, Nintendo, you got me.
I was so pissed at those Amiibo shit because it was the only way to get some outfits from like the old Zelda games, and I was like, "This is fucking bullshit right here."
Bro, they shiesty. They know what they do.
Yeah, they do. They were smart, man. They were smart. Luckily, they changed that in Tears of the Kingdom, but still, it was bullshit. I was like, everyone's complaining about DLC from other companies. I'm like, no one's fucking talking about Nintendo doing this shit right now.
It was so egregious. I have a friend, I ain't gonna call him out. Before he would play, he would have all his Amiibos lined up.
Oh, jeez.
And he would just one by one before a game. I'm like, bro, this is what they want. I said, you're the problem, bro. This is what they want.
Yeah, that's fucking wild, dude. But hey, yeah, it worked, man. I guess.
It worked, clearly.
Dude, speaking of Nintendo, we didn't even bring this up. Fucking Virtual Boy coming back with you could buy the replica thing you put your Switch in. I fucking laughed and was like blown away when I saw that. Insane. That's gonna be like $100.
They do know how to subvert expectations. They always find a way to be like, like we're like, oh, obviously Wii is next, right? No.
Yeah. No, it's Virtual Boy. Well, you know why, Matt? It's because they can get the whole library on there pretty fast, and that's it.
Yeah, it feels like they did something.
10 to 12 titles in total.
Yeah.
But not only that, not only can you buy like that piece of shit Virtual Boy thing, you can buy a cardboard version as well. So the Labo returns in a form, and I'm sure that'll be like $40.
Nintendo's the only one who talks about, like, they use the word cardboard in their presentations, like it's like a pristine kind of material.
Yeah, that pristine.
They're like, there's a cardboard version available as well. They say excitedly in the presentation. I'm like, this is twice now, guys. Like, like Labo was already crazy, but now you're going back to cardboard again. Like, we got to figure out a new material here. That's
they are an insane company.
Bro, insane. Be like, who asked for this?
Virtual Boy.
Like literally the most failed thing in Nintendo history. I'm like,
history.
Here we go. Like,
you're gonna care that.
Get away with it.
All right, this is from Neo JD. Sorted out Brad, Matty, and everyone else with the Borderlands rhetoric. The game has always been the same silly shit for years. You either like it or tolerate it or hate it. Personally, I enjoy it. Don't know how this back to form talk started with 4, but it baffles me that people really act like there was a completely different entries in the series tone-wise. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Neo JD. I've been very
knock it off now.
forward for years, and I know you've been around for a while, Neo JD. Back in these Allies days, I've been talking shit on Borderlands since I was at Game Trailers. All right, so it's been a long time. I haven't switched up my opinion at all on that stuff, so I don't know what you're even talking about here.
Like he coming at some certain calls about. That's what that the deal sound like.
Yeah, I mean,
you gonna take the bait.
Yeah, I'm not engaging because, bro, you trying to tell me that this series has not changed. I encourage you, fire up Borderlands 1, listen to how people talk, and then fire up Borderlands 3, listen to how people talk, and then tell me I'm incorrect. I mean, I'd love to hear it. But I'm not. I'm gonna let the product speak, because that's important in this case. And let the team at Gearbox speak for themselves. And here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. What I have to say and what you have to say, Neo, right now doesn't matter. The lead writer of Borderlands 3, who then led the writing in 4, literally said that the writing in Borderlands 3 was full of toilet humor. And if he said that, if he said like fire me if it's like that in Borderlands 4, like Sam was outside. I think his name is Sam Winker. He was outside, bro. He was calling out his own writing. So he knew they got carried away. He admitted it himself. I don't think you're just out here doing that. So again, man, I mean, they know it's swapped. So do you know is the real question.
Do you know? Yeah, man.
I've bitten too much on your bait. That's enough.
Yeah, sorry. We didn't mean to like
reel it in.
Go crazy on you, Neo JD. Thank you for writing in. Appreciate it, dude. All right, boys. The exact opposite. Keep it up. Stuff we're pleased with in video games. I'm going to go first. Matty, you'll appreciate this one. I'm going to give it keep it up to Nihon Falcom. Trails in the Sky first chapter comes out at the end of this week. The long-running Trails series with 1 million entries.
Yeah.
This is my entry point. This is it. This is the time to go in, and I promised Matty I'd play this game, and I'm looking forward to playing it this week after I beat Hollowknight. This is next on the docket. So I'm very excited, but if I don't like it, Matty, I'm coming for you. So be ready. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, I will be starting it today. So,
ooh, all right, dude.
Yeah,
very nice, dude. But yeah, it looks great. Full big remake. Very happy about it, which was originally a PSP game. So it's quite a bit dramatically different now, and it looks awesome, dude. Actually, I haven't been looking too much. I've seen screenshots, but like trailers, anything like that, been radio silent on that because I want to be surprised.
Good.
I want to see what the hype's about. Because I've been hearing people nonstop for years telling me to play these games. And if these games aren't good, I'm fucking coming for all of you listening right now. All right? I'm sure it'll be
very
great.
Curious to see. Well, the thing is that the great stuff. I've always said I mean, when I did my tier list for Trails, just personal tier list, I never like put them online. I always had Sky pretty low.
Okay, that's good to know. All right,
Sky 1, I think, is very. You'll be nostalgic for it because it's very simple beginnings and it's a very cozy JRPG. And there's a couple of elements about it I won't spoil for you that I do really like because it's very different from other JRPGs. But in the scheme of the entire franchise, I think it gets a million times better than Sky 1. But Sky 1's also the most popular. Like, people love this game. So I don't know, man. But
well, it's good. I have that context now then. So
yeah,
we're in check.
I definitely think Sky 2 is a million times better, but also like Sky 3 is way better, Zero is way better, Azure's way better. Like, it all needs Sky 1 though. That's the kind of catch-22 here. So I hope you like it.
Just keep remaking them.
You're a Dragon Quest fan, I think you'll appreciate this one. You know?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I love simplistic JRPGs as well, very traditional. So
it's got depth, but I think the only thing it's going to come down to, Brad, is some of the writing, because modern Trails writing has gotten very anime, and I'm curious how much they respected the original writing of Sky 1 through Azure, which was much more mature, political, serious. Cold Steel got into that head itch, kind of like, we're blushing constantly, anime shit, so and that always bothered me. So I'm hoping that Sky Remake doesn't have a lot of that. So I'll be right there with you, critiquing the shit out of this thing. But I'm hoping they hit a home run with it.
But like, dude, even if I would give it like a 7, that's a victory for me, dude. That means it's good to me.
That's
like,
true.
Cool, dude. Great. Another good game. Another good franchise for me to get into.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I'll take it. And like, I mean, I've played many JRPGs and I know they ain't all great. It's just, it is what it is, but I still enjoy a lot of them. So my expectations with JRPGs are always kind of in check.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to talk shit and make fun of fans if it doesn't work out. I love making fun of fan bases. Made fun of the Nier fan base, even though I love the Nier games. They were the #1 most annoying fan base for a long time. Now it's Expedition 33 fans right now. Even though I
have a friend who literally dropped Expedition 33 to play it away from the noise because he hated the
most annoying people.
Really? What they doing that's pissing everybody
this year
off?
They are fucking going like this is the second coming of Christ or some shit. Like they're going hard for this game. Yeah, it is, bro. Change the world. I love the game too. Don't get me wrong. I think it's great.
I fucking love that game. That's coming back. Okay, that's interesting. But I didn't realize they would obnoxious like that. I had no idea.
Oh, Cog, you got no idea. Anything, dude. Anytime I criticize that game in any way, bro, people are acting like sacrilege, blasphemy.
Prepare yourself for the Trails fan base then, dude.
I'm ready, bro. I'm ready fucking all day. I survived the Nier fans, no problem. I'm ready for anything.
Because I'm telling you, bro, I critiqued the shit out of Daybreak 2 earlier this year, and I was like, this series is way fucking better. As people were like, no, you don't get it. Like, this actually is way better. It's like, they're like, why? I don't like. One of the top comments is like, I don't get why people like critique this series so much. Like, the story's not done yet. I'm just like, it's a fucking $60 video game, bro. What do you want me to do? Like, we're at that level with that franchise. So yeah, like it. I feel your pain, Brad.
Oh, I got no pain. It's fun for me. So we'll see.
I love the
energy. All right. Matty, what about you, man?
Yeah, I'm giving it keep it up to my GOAT, Kazutaka Kodaka.
Yes.
He's been having a month. Comeback player of the year. Hand out the trophy early.
Crocodile tears and shit about going out of business.
This is a master manipulator at work. This is a master businessman at work, but also a master creative at work. Kazutaka Kodaka has hoodwinked you and entertained you thoroughly. Give him the comeback player of the year trophy nice and early. Look, man, we got Last Defense Academy. Nice stabilizing effort. When he wants to write Danganronpa style shit, he can. He does it very well. Although, I was very ready for my adventure to end when it got to the 115th hour. Shoot in Order comes out earlier this month. Apparently really good. Have yet to dive into it. I, like many of you, have a full plate. But this is a game that's kind of touting itself on 5 gameplay styles. Crazy story. He's behind that. And now he's back with Danganronpa. He's come back home after all this time. Again, when I'm thinking this is sports analogy. Like, this is the vet. He's gone. He's played for some other teams. Now he's coming back home to the team that first drafted him. He's about to put up a fucking career season late in his years as a game developer. Very, very excited, though. But yeah, man, he's just been having a great year. He's gone through all the motions, saved his company from the brink if it was ever at the brink, has brought some great products forward. He's working on the things we care about most. Like, there's something to be said about giving the people what they want. He felt the financial pressure because he fucked around. He found out. Now he's like, yo, please support the game or I'm going to be out of business. And now business is hot. So very happy for him. Very happy he's doing well. And very excited for more Kodaka experiences down the line.
Yes.
But yeah, he went from a guy who was kind of like a has-been to, firmly back in the forefront of my brain. And I'm like, give me more of this guy. So excited to play some Shuten Order later this year at some point. And very excited to obviously play Danganronpa 2x2 whenever that comes around. I think that's going to be awesome.
Okay, very nice. Kodaka, dude.
Keep it up, Kodaka.
He's an interesting character. I like it. I like it.
Mhm.
All right, Cog, what about you, dude?
Keep it up. I know we've been slandering Borderlands, but I gotta say, keep it up. Local co-op.
Yeah.
That is lost art. And I want to also shout out Nintendo for like a lot of their games also at least approach it from the standpoint of you don't have to be online and separated from your friend to enjoy games. And that was the way I used to enjoy games, So the fact that they have a split screen mode in Borderlands 4 is actually dope. They coded that in. Like, I think that's super cool. Shout out to the, even though I'm an only child, like the siblings and the friends, you're in front of the two controller.
Oh, yeah.
I come from that era.
Yeah.
So I like that. And I would assume from a resource and the development standpoint, that's an extra lift. Splitting, rendering the game, a second time or whatever tricks you have to do, especially with now UE5 and stuff like that. So keep it up. More local co-op games. I do miss that, man.
Yeah. I mean, Cog, it's crazy. You think about back in the like Super Nintendo Genesis era when like a game had co-op.
What?
It's like a game changer, man. Like I remember Secret of Mana with co-op. I was like, what the hell? This is awesome.
Yes. It's nothing.
It's a huge big deal.
Yes.
But only old people like us remember that.
Only old people like us remember this stuff. But yeah, it's cool to see. I really, really enjoy that. And again, shout out to Baldur's Gate. They had it as well. And Baldur's Gate 3. I miss that stuff. I like that when we go back to some old school sensibilities once in a while.
Yeah, appreciate it. I get why a lot of people don't put it in their games nowadays because everything's mostly online, but you still like to see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Okay, this is from Western J. All right, let's gas you boys up for a second. Hey, Summoners, I just want to give a big keep it up to Matty and Cog. Xbox has had a very tumultuous couple of years, and it always feels like when one thing with Xbox goes right, three things go terribly wrong. I just want to shout out our Duke boys for staying the course, and most of all, for holding Xbox accountable when they mess up. They really hold Xbox feet to the fire when so many other influencers just kiss their ass and play nice. Matty and Cog always keep it real, and I appreciate that. Most of all, keep up the great work, the three of you, and thank you for making Last Stand what it is.
Oh,
wow, look at that.
That actually meant a lot. Thank you for that. Sometimes we get confused the opposite. I'm like, damn, we just went into
I know.
so hard.
I've been on your show. I know. That's people get sensitive about some shit. Yeah.
I know. Sometimes
you just gotta accept the position you're in, right? Like we are just in a spot with our show where we critique too hard. The Xbox fan base is not pleased with us. We don't go hard enough. PlayStation fan base not pleased with us. We just have to abide by what we think, what we feel. Yeah,
like you just gotta be honest.
Because we've certainly learned there's no pleasing everybody, and so it keeps our show most authentic. So we appreciate it, Western.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's what we do with all of our shows for LSM, all of our platform shows, Sacred Symbols, punching up. Like I'm critiquing Nintendo all the time because they're a frustrating company, but we love them still. Yeah. That's why we care.
Absolutely.
All right, ready for a little more good stuff? Some Trey Peroth. A quick keep it up to Cog and Matty for being solid pillars to the LSM brand. I look forward to every episode they are on and can expect nothing other than a welcoming and friendly vibe 100% of the time without fail, while still being sincere in their opinions. It takes a lot of tact and skill. Everyone at LSM has their own strong points that they bring to the table. And I just wanted to take a moment to shine a light on one in particular of the many that the dynamic duo brings to the table since we have them on this same episode of Summon Sign. Thanks for all the hard work you guys put in. Look at that, dude.
Oh, that's love.
The Duke's getting love today.
Love. Feeling this.
Thank you.
Trevor Roth. That's his name?
Trevor Roth. Yeah.
Trevor Roth. That's my face.
Man, I can't wait to hear that in part 3.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
That's got to be soon. That's got to be soon, bro. They're talking
I think
like
they'll
it's cooking.
show it kind of soon. I don't expect it to come out until 2027 though.
Yeah, but that's still like
that's
quick.
still like a little that's still quick in my opinion because that's the 30th anniversary of 7.
Oh, they got to, yeah.
They got to
So,
line
I
that up.
imagine, but I mean, maybe production's going faster than we anticipated.
They said it's going.
Idea.
They're like ahead. They've said a lot of very encouraging.
Yeah, they
things
say that about Kingdom Hearts 4 also, and it's just like okay.
I believe it with 7 just because of how quickly we got between remake and rebirth, and how much
it was like 3 years or 4 years.
Insanely bigger rebirth was than remake.
Yeah,
so
than remake. Yeah.
I feel like I can believe them on that. Kingdom Hearts though. See it, believe it when I see it, you know?
That's
they're
the
taking
right
their
energy
time,
to have.
maybe. You know,
that's the right energy to have with that brand.
Yeah.
All right. This is from Ding Dong. This is a snarky one. Keep it up, Colin. Not only did you break a promise, which is one of the 2 things a man has, but you also complained the whole way through while still finishing the task. Shout out to you, the real MVP. Well, he didn't finish the task. He did it late, so it doesn't count.
We're talking about Kingdom Hearts here?
Yeah, he had to play it for 4 hours, and he did not do it by the deadline, which was like a month and a half, by the way.
Oh.
And so he thought he could try to
He could only handle so much
be
of
a
it.
hero and a man of the people and play it after he already failed to do it in time and get away with it. But I haven't forgotten, neither has the audience, but that'll be a story for a different day. Hold that man accountable.
Feet to the fire.
All right. Usually at this section we have a game recommendation, but the audience, we had a lot of write-ins this week, but the audience did not give a game recommendation this week. So I'm going to ask both of you, recommend the audience any game that you think they should check out. New, old, whatever.
Steam library, come here. Hang on, I had one. Oh, well, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be recent.
Yep. Nope. Could be anything.
Oh, Darkness 2. Yeah, that just was like on my brain.
The Darkness 2. Wow.
Yeah.
What a pick.
Yeah.
What a pull.
That is a 2K published first-person shooter. It's a mobster shooter. It's you get special powers though, and it's like in a cel-shaded art style. And I just loved that game so much. Like the Darkness series is really cool, but it kind of plays with the light and dark in a really interesting way. Like when you're in the light, you don't heal. When you're in the darkness, you do heal. And it's not just the shooter because you have these like tentacles that can like grab items or cut enemies in half. Don't they? They talk to you and kind of possess your mind. And just a really cool, unique first-person shooter. I would just say I would love to see a third entry because Lord knows they need it once you beat it. But great game. Yeah, like you can get it for really cheap on Steam. Pretty sure it runs well over there, but I love that series a lot. And it's funny because I thought of Darkness too because I was looking at my game collection. I have the first one in my physical collection, but I don't have the second one. I don't know why, but that was on my brain recently. So I'll go with that for my game recommendation. Darkness 2.
Yeah, that was a GameFly game for me. Or Darkness 1, I mean. I never played 2. But
2's way better. Yeah, it feels so much better. Looks better. It's really, really good.
Okay. Cog, any game you want to recommend? Anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna go old school, super old school. Another World, 20th anniversary. Basically, it's what I consider the cog game, the atmospheric. Doesn't tell you what's going on. It was developed by one person. His name is Eric Chahi, and that game set off like a world of wonder and what is happening. And then you meet this little alien buddy, and then it's this adventure that you guys go on. Super dope game. And honestly, I feel like a lot of indies, like games like Inside was inspired by that game. Limbo. Like when I play like games like Planet of Lana. What's the other game that came out after these guys split up from Inside? It was Inside, and then I forgot what the other game was. But I felt like they're all from the tree of Another World. Another World is I highly recommend people to play that game. And for those who don't know, Max Aruma. That's an inside joke for people who play the game. They'll know what I'm doing with that sound effect. But yeah, I love that game, man. That game is and I was actually fortunate to be. He's a French guy. I met the creator. Well, he's very recluse. He doesn't. He actually came back out for PSVR. He did a project. I think it was called like Paper Beast or something. It was okay. I didn't really care, but I was just like, bro, you're the creator of another world. Come here. Like I found out he was there at a PAX. It was like a random PAX. I was like, yo, you are a legend, sir. Yeah, man. Shout out to Eric Chahi, Another World. Please play that game. It is it holds up over all these years.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do one for Matty, maybe. A game I did enjoy, but kind of gets forgotten. Sly, Thieves in Time. The fourth Sly Cooper's game. Made by Sanzaru, not Sucker Punch, but a really good Sly game. One actually, probably my second favorite one when I really think about it. 2 is my peak.
Same. Wow, here we go.
I hear people talk shit about this game, and I'm like, what?
You know what the fuck
I don't
you're
understand why people didn't like this game.
Matty gets so aggressive with this.
Got to play as
Sly
Cooper's like ancestors that you heard about in the other games. Really cool. Really fun game. Hopefully we get another Sly Cooper someday, even if it's not Sucker Punch. But
it will never be them. In fact, I don't want it to be them anymore. That's the thing.
They don't deserve it.
They've been so disrespectful with this license, bro. I'm very displeased. I'll play Yote. I'll be there. I'll have fun.
They'll put a little Sly Cooper Easter egg in
there. Yeah, they'll do that. That's the thing. They'll do that. Or they'll put him like they did in fucking Infamous Second Son. They'll give you the little storefront.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, 10%. Give me a fucking break. Let it go, man. Give it to someone who actually gives a shit. You know, we know the real answer. It's, oh man, we're making a movie and we're also making these big games that are selling a lot. Well, we know the answer, but Sly could be up there, man. Just like Jack could be up there, and just like Ratchet is up there. It just, multi-million seller, no doubt.
But it's on PS3, sadly stranded, and on Vita. So nothing new right now, which is unfortunate. But if you got one of those old platforms, give it a spin. It's really fun. I really enjoyed my time with it.
I love that game.
All right, Matty, Cronos, the New Dawn.
All right.
Talk to me.
Yeah, man. Finished this one up. Took me 20 hours and loved it. Loved it. Really, really happy with it. You know, I have to say, Bloober Team has put me on watch now. You know, I was after Silent Hill 2 Remake. I went, okay, you have my attention. They nailed it. They expanded it in ways that I really loved. But in that, you also recognize, hey, they kind of had a blueprint to follow. And this was also their kind of dream game. Like I don't know how they managed to pull it off with like how middling the reception of a lot of their games were, but they managed to get this project. It's kind of the game that has inspired so many of their other projects. Like they've been huge Silent Hill 2 fans since day one. So they do it. They get it. They hit a home run. You're like, okay, there was a lot of heart in this one. But then Cronos gets announced. It's like, we're doing this next year. And it looks great. Like it reminds me of Dead Space from the outside looking in. And I'm like, okay, I mean, this looks like it could be another one, but can they do it on their own with a new IP? And the answer, I think at least, is yes, it is another science project game. Because I put it on medium settings and it was running at like below 30, but then I put it on high settings and it was above 30. So if you need a sort of idea of what the optimization was like when it was at launch, it was pretty bad. It's gotten better. They've been on top of it, hot fixing it. But that aside, it is I defined it on Defining Duke. I explained it on Defining Duke as a love letter to horror, survival horror games. Like there's a little something from everything. I said like it's got the Christmas season vibes of Parasite Eve. It's got the very butt clenching, slow movement, and like every bullet counts nature of Evil Within. Of course, it's Resident Evil because it's like monsters crawling at you that are very, very much the essence of survival horror. You have the stomping and the kind of big spacesuit that you're in. I mean, it's a diving suit is what it looks like, but very Dead Space in that way. Like there's so many little things in this game that are pulled from others, yet it manages to have its own identity because in a lot of ways it's a time loop game. In a lot of ways it is narratively themed around COVID and the importance of like trying to stay close even though you're forced apart and kind of what that means. Like I think the game is kind of thought-provoking in a lot of ways. I looked at the review scores and I thought they were kind of fair in some way, but I also feel it's like because like it's a good score. It's in like the 80s. But in a lot of ways, I'm like, this feels underrated. Like, I don't know how you do this better. Like,
do you think it was just like technical standpoint, probably knocking it down?
I saw some people knocking down the gameplay. Like, yeah, it gets boring. I'm like, what are you? I mean, this is where I go at reviewers. I'm like, what are you fucking playing, dude? Like, I'm like, what are you playing where this game drains you of your resources every battle, and you have different monsters coming at you that have to be taken down in unique ways, and you have like a bunch of tools at your disposal that can be used in interesting ways. Like you have the shotgun, you have this pistol that can pierce through enemies. Like if you line up your shot, you can take out like 3 in one shot, but that forces you to be resourceful and kind of kite them and get them in like the right area to line that up, using the environment to your advantage, using obstacles to your advantage, explosives to your advantage, setting traps. I think it's brilliant. It reminded me so much of the Evil Within, where they had like the crossbow that you could shoot and set traps for your enemies, so you could do that. And then in this game, they have flames that you can shoot on the ground, and when you do that, it burns the bodies, because there's this bonding mechanic that happens where if the creatures that you kill, I should say the ones that are alive, see the creatures you kill, they'll go for them and try to merge with them. And if they merge with them, they are so strong. And so when you're already short on resources, you're like, I do not want to fuck with that. So you start prioritizing them while like 3 others are running at you. It gets intense. Like it's the perfect example of like a really well-designed combat system that evolves in ways that aren't dramatic. Like you're still just pointing, shooting, running, but because the fundamentals are so sound, it's just greatly satisfying. The tone is excellent. The jump scares are really good. The voice performance is really underrated. The way your character evolves as things happen during the journey, not just like, oh, these are happening to her, but I guess I'll just say for those who know what she becomes, and how she starts behaving at the start of the game and how she's talking at the start of the game versus how she's talking at the end of the game. It's brilliant. Like this game was really well thought out. So I mean, I loved it. I really did from top to bottom. I'm like, hey, I know Silent Hill F's coming out soon. This is a great month to be a survival horror fan. It looks like this is not one or the other to me. It's like, if you love survival horror, it looks like both of these should be on your radar. Bloober Team should definitely stick with putting combat in their game, because they have great combat designers. Like the encounter designs, the boss fights, the final boss fight in this game was fucking great. Like I don't want to spoil what it was or why it impressed me in certain ways, but I'll just say it really subverted my expectations and gave me something that was very unique for these survival horror final bosses. And by the final phase of it, like it's really coming at you fast is what I'll say. And it keeps you on your toes. And I fought it twice now, and both times I was like, damn, great fight. Like that was really good. So I think they did a good job, man. A really, really good job, to the point where like, hey, #1 hater right here since the medium, I'm on board with whatever they're doing next. They're kind of in that Double Fine camp where it's like, all right, you proved me completely wrong. I will be the champion of you now. Like that you have earned me as a knight. So yeah, just really love it. Really, really good.
Okay, that's good to hear. I'll probably play this in October, I think.
Great Halloween.
I'll play Silent Hill first, but yeah, it's like, I love survival horror games, so I definitely want to check this out.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this kind of time mechanic you're talking about. This seems like the most unique aspect of the game, I should say.
Yeah.
Or is there like a spoiler kind of touching on that?
I don't want to touch on the story, because the story is the big one. No, actually, I can a little bit. Because there's very early goings I can explain. In the gameplay, there are just time oddities that you'll aim your gun at and you'll shoot, and you can like revert time on very specific objects. Like if there's things you've blown up, you can reverse time on them and restore them to kind of like lead the enemies back around to that explosive barrel, so you can use it that way. It's typically used to traverse environments like, fusing together a bridge or something like that. But in the story, you do these things called time dives. You take like an anvil, you put it in the ground. I think it's called an anvil. I could be wrong. Someone correct me. But you put something in the ground and you time dive, and you go basically from that point you're at back to a different time period. And so what's really cool is romping through these very destroyed environments and then going back to before things went to chaos, and like you hear Christmas music, you see Christmas lights. It's like a little bit of festive cheer, but people are very uneasy because something's going wrong. And you start to see parts of that unraveling. So you get the before and after. It's really well done in the terms of time travel. But it definitely makes it stand out narratively, because it gets a little crazy. Like it gets a little bit hard to track, but once you digest it and think about it for a little bit, again, very Evil Within. Evil Within is like a crazy journey, the first one, where once you beat it, you're like, what just happened? That was so weird. And I think the immediate reaction for those who are reviewers who are like, boom, like, no, not good. Like, I didn't like that. Like, a lot of people slammed Evil Within's narrative, but I think when you let
they did. Fuck those people, dude.
Yeah,
by the
but
way,
when
Evil Within was so good.
You let that narrative sit with you. I think the Evil Within one is really genius.
Underrated game.
Sense. Really in every sense, and especially its story. Like, I know Sebastian's not like a great MC. I can get behind that. But I really do think the way its narrative is delivered and when you find out what's actually going on and the craziness around you, it's brilliant. But I think, unfortunately for the developers, Cronos is in that pocket where a lot of critics rush. They don't let it digest. Yep. And this is a narrative that I think has to sit with you a little bit. And once it does and you kind of process it over days and weeks, you're like, oh, that was really interesting. There's nothing quite like that. Because what's impressive is it takes from so many things. But yet it has its own identity. Like, for example, it's I call it the environment tour. I was telling Cog about it. Like, when you're going from level to level, because I'm like, where's the Silent Hill in all of this? Like, it's very weird that there's no Silent Hill in this game. I guess you could say atmospheric, but as I said to Cog, I was like, atmosphere is not unique to Silent Hill. It's just a strong component of its DNA. But then you start to pay attention to what areas you're going to. Like, oh, this game opens in an apartment complex. Just like Silent Hill 2. And I'll just say from there, you start to see the Silent Hill tour of specific big locations. And that's where I started to get the Silent Hill energy there. But yeah, the time element is a big part of the main story. The gameplay a little bit less so. And it's just, I think, well realized. I feel like it was very uncompromised. It had a lot of great ideas. I think it had time to flush all those out. Finished it within 20 hours, was really happy with it. Took a lot for me not to do New Game Plus, and I thought that was a good sign. You know, I really wanted to go into New Game Plus, but some other games are calling my name. Wanted to finish those up.
Okay, man. Love to hear it. Very excited to check it out sometime in October. Wake Up got a lot of dick to put in man's butt, wrote in.
What are we doing? What are we doing here?
Oh, man, he's outside. He's outside.
He's inside.
He's inside. Yeah.
Facts. Dukes, I'm planning on picking up Cronos around Halloween for the spooky vibes, but I just have one question. Will this game break my heart like the Callisto Protocol?
No. Yeah, no. I think the only way this breaks your heart is if you believe the hullabaloo online that this game is the next Dead Space. I understand why people saw Dead Space, because I saw Dead Space, but when reviewers are playing it and they're like, yeah, it's the next Dead Space, I'm like, when did you guys play Dead Space last? And maybe I just feel that way because I play Dead Space a lot. It's my favorite survival horror franchise, but this game plays nothing like Dead Space. You're not dismembering people. You're not stomping them out for loot. You're not using like tools in the way that you use them in Dead Space. Dead Space has a way bigger arsenal. Like, it's way more gory in a lot of ways. Like, I don't see a lot of Dead Space in this game beyond the stomp they give you, which is used to like maybe crush some loot, I think, like some boxes around the environment, and the fact that you're in this kind of spacesuit and the way the camera plays. But otherwise, like, I don't really see Dead Space here. And so because of that, I think Callisto was set up to succeed Dead Space, right? It was like, this is the next Dead Space. And then they gave you this wonky melee combat system. And you're like, this isn't Dead Space. If you go in knowing this is not the next Dead Space, but rather a survival horror love letter that has Dead Space elements, I think you'll be very pleased. So yeah, I don't think this game will break your heart like Callisto, because Callisto was unrealized and compromised. This game, I don't think is. Maybe technically, though, you know, do your research on the tech front.
Yep. Okay, very nice, very nice, very nice.
Change your goddamn name while you're at it. You son of a bitch.
All right. Next game quickly is Kirby in the Forgotten Land. I played through the Switch 2 version of the game. This game came out a couple years ago, originally on Switch, and I played a lot, but I never finished it. So now I was like, okay, let's go back. I started a new game, go all the way through it. And, you know, Kirby's a franchise that's been around for a long time. And I like Kirby, but I was never like super into Kirby. I never get excited about a Kirby game or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I got to say, I think this is the best Kirby game I've played. I think this is kind of the one that's like making me more interested in Kirby. And I've played a lot of them, but I'm like, all right, dude, I think this is the best Kirby game. It's made some nice changes. It's not like a dramatic change like going from Skyward Sword to Breath of the Wild or anything like that, you know? But it does feel like an evolution for the series, kind of expanding, even just with perspective and everything like that, where I'm like, yeah, you're kind of moving this franchise forward. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of the stuff people like back from the day, absorbing enemies, getting their powers and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The suck is still a key component, bro. You suck in a lot of stuff in this game.
Going on.
You suck in a car. You're turning into a car now. You suck in a vending machine. You're walking around as a vending machine, shooting cans at people. It's very jolly. But yeah, man, I think this is the game. If you haven't been a Kirby guy, you don't really get it. I think this is the one for you to check out. Maybe if you want to, like, okay, let's see what the fuss is about. I think the level design is much stronger. The environments are way more interesting. You're going through lots of fun secrets to get. There's like the world map with the traditional stages, and there are like bonus stages you use to get stars and stuff to upgrade your powers. So if you played a Kirby game, for example, you swallow a guy, you got a flame power. However, you got the Waddle Dee Town now.
Swallow the guy, got a flame power. Got it.
Yeah, the flame power. Yes, swallow the guy, you get flame power from him. That's right. You got a hub town you can go to in between levels anytime, though. There's a shop there. You can get your powers. You can equip them anytime you want. So you got a power you like, you can kind of always get it equipped, but you can also upgrade these powers now, and they get new forms, new abilities like that. Like the one I used is a fire one pretty much the whole game till it broken. Doing crazy fire damage, and it does a damage over time effect on them. Also, if you get on long enough, just ticking away that damage while you can't hit a boss. Really cool. The boss fights are way more engaging this time around.
Yeah, they look cool.
On 3D
while you talking, watching. Yeah. I go for it. They do
really
cool.
cool.
The boss
Dude,
fights.
the last boss fight in this game is fucking wild. I felt like I was in a Devil May Cry game for a little bit. I was like, what is happening here? I don't want to spoil, but it just went way beyond my expectations of what a Kirby game is. The game is pretty easy overall, the main game. Like, I went through the whole main game, and I only died once at the last boss the only time. But, I had to watch out occasionally. But there is a substantial post-game here that I have not done. There's like a whole arena where you fight a bunch of bosses, and they get way harder over time. Mm-hmm. One of the post-game levels I fought, or I went through, was definitely way harder than the base game. Nintendo kind of likes to do this a lot, like where the main game is just kind of chill to get through. But when you do the post-game, that's where all the real kind of challenge is at.
Oh, yeah.
So there's also, they added new content for the Switch 2 version. And I only did like one level of that. And it seemed like it was like going through the old world, but there's like a new level there now and stuff like that. And there's this whole thing about like crystal kind of spreading through the levels. Looks really cool. I've only done one of those levels so far, but I had a great time with this game, man. I think it's super jolly. Maybe it won't win you over if you're not super into the series, but to me, it got me more interested in it. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Kirby does next. I'm like, all right, if you keep this trajectory, could have something here. It ain't Mario, it ain't anything like that. But it was solid, dude. It's expensive, though, if you buy it outright.
Did you play the expansion? I don't know. I'm sorry if I missed that.
I just played the one level of it so far.
Oh, okay.
And it seemed fine. Yeah. I think it's kind of short, though. I heard people say it's like 3 hours. That seems to be the theme of a lot of
That's crazy. I thought it'd be way longer than that with with how much they're selling it for, plus the base game. I'm like, it should be.
Yeah, I think if you buy it, if you have the game originally and you get the Switch 2 version with the new content, I think it's 20. But if you buy it all together, I think it's 70, I want to say. Which is still a lot of money. But
yeah,
Nintendo tax, you know how it is. Tears of the Kingdom, $80.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild, $80. It is. It's just paying a premium for that company.
Mm-hmm.
So you better be loaded up. But I would like to see more of the game. I had a good time with it, so there's still plenty of post-game. Seems like a pretty hefty game. I didn't breeze through it super quick, but a lot of content there. CJ Roden said, yeehaw, Bo, Luke, and Daisy. Wow. Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard, yeah.
My question is about Kirby and the Forgotten Land and just Kirby in general, mainly for Brad, as I'm not sure if Matty has played, and I'm sure Cog hasn't because he doesn't want to feel like a creepy uncle. Do Kirby games offer any challenge, or are they mainly for kids? I've tried a few in the past, but they seem too easy. Gene has often compared them to Dark Souls, so I'm hoping you'll say they get difficult towards the end like Mario or Donkey Kong. I really want to try Forgotten Land, Return to Dreamland because I love the vibe, and I hope I've been wrong about the series. Thanks, guys. It is a much easier series than a lot of the other ones, particularly getting through the main game. The post game is where it seems like there is the most pushback if you're into that, but if you're looking for a hardcore challenge, I don't think Kirby is the right game for you. The gameplay is still very fun, though. and engaging. But if you're looking for a crazy challenge right now, from what I've played, I haven't played all the post game. I don't know. Not Dark Souls level. I think Gene has done all the post game. Like there's the arena and all that kind of stuff I haven't done yet. So maybe it gets harder down the line, but so far, not so much. Mike R. Roden said, hey, Summon crew, Brad, glad to see you're also playing Kirby Switch 2 update. I just finished playing through the game for the first time with my 5-year-old daughter and want to shout out the little brother co-op modes in this and many other modern Nintendo games. I used to not think much of them, but now I get excited when these mods are announced for new games or modes. They're giving me a great way to bond with my daughter who isn't quite ready for these types of games on her own and to pass on her to my love of both gaming and Nintendo. We've played these co-op modes together in DK Bonanza, Mario Odyssey, Luigi's Mansion 3, and she told me Kirby was the most fun so far. Here's hoping Nintendo continues to include these co-op modes in future games. I think
great
they
perspective
will.
for me.
Yeah, that is a really good perspective. I think
see
it's
these
really
modes
good.
and I'm just like, I don't give a single shit. Who is
It's
this
for
for?
definitely little brother, young children kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Modes.
Good shit, Nintendo.
Like it's very bare bones for if you're like us, you know, or like someone older. You're like, what is this? I'm not doing shit really here. But if you got a young one with you, they'd probably really dig it.
Yeah.
So I think it is a really good entry point, like you said.
Yeah. I love Nintendo for that.
Yeah, they're great about like appealing to families and stuff. Yeah. That's why they win best family game every year.
And just even the way the system is set up with the Joy-Cons and handing someone up, like it is like there's no excuse for us not to be able to play together the way their ecosystem is, and I always appreciate them for that.
Yep. All right, Matty, I'm curious about this. So, Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty is the final game we're going to talk about today. I actually replayed this for the first time since 2001, about a month and a half ago. So now you're playing. Is this your first time playing it?
This is my second time.
Okay.
Little backstory. I played it with the HD collection. Pardon me. I played with the HD collection on Vita. That was before Phantom Pain came out because everyone was freaking out about this new Metal Gear Solid 5 game. I'd never played Metal Gear. I wanted to know what the big deal was Metal Gear was. I love my Vita. Easy choice at that point. I never thought Metal Gear Solid 1 was important. I know I sound stupid saying that because the HD collection never included the first one. It never in console. I checked too. I was like, oh, maybe it was a Vita thing. Like I got the Vita nerf I didn't know about, but just the Vita one was missing Peace Walker. So when it never included the first one, and in fairness, it was available as like a PS1 classic. I could have played it. Right. I was like, all right, maybe these are the two I just need to know about for the rest of the story. So I played 2 in 2015. I've also played 3 in 14, sorry. And I like both of them a lot. 2 was my favorite for the scene that defines the game, I think, for a lot of people. The finale is what I'll say. But outside of that, it's like, I didn't realize until I played it again how much I forgot about this game.
Dude, that was me when I played the game.
I
forgot so much.
Oh, dude, I forgot so much, but also, I mean, it felt like a new game again because I just played Metal Gear Solid 1 for the first time 3 weeks ago, and now I have this whole new understanding, obviously, right? It's like, oh, I have context.
What'd you think of Metal Gear 1, dude?
I fucking love that game, bro.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh, my God,
Hell
bro.
yeah.
Classic.
Okay, thank God.
Dude.
I thought I was going to have to boot you from the call.
Like, honestly, one of my favorite games in recent memory. Like really cool. Like deep, but also an incredible message, I think, at the end of it, while still being like, I mean, it kind of got me to understand Hideo. Like, I was like, okay, this is why people love Kojima games. The meta nature of this game I thought was just really unique. And I love now playing 2 afterwards because I see it in a different light. I will say, the front half of the game, I'm a little more critical of. Like, the tanker section is really good.
Yeah.
Opening up Big Shell kind of feels weak to me because it's like the tutorial again, but I'm like, I just had like the perfect tutorial. Like, I love the tanker section.
Yeah.
But then you go to the Big Shell and they tutorialize you again. And I also don't like Dead Cell that much. I think they're...
Dude, Matty, you're saying exactly what I said when I replayed it.
Yeah, like I don't like Dead Cell that much. But then after, we'll just say
Fat Man's tight, though. Shout out Fat Man.
Yeah, love Fat Man. After Fat Man, we'll just say, is when the game starts going like that. Like, it just starts going up. It's like a relentless pace. It keeps getting better and better. But that front half, I gotta say, I kind of forgot. I have some critiques of this game. I loved it so much in my brain that I kind of forgot going back to it. Like, yeah, like I still have that MGS1, the camera's working against me energy from this game. Like, especially because the locations are so much more taller in like the struts themselves, that I'll be like running around toward the camera and there's some guy up above who spots me. I'm like, what did you want me to do there? Like, I know, especially when the map's offline before you can get that online, like the game keeps you in the dark a little too much, and thematically it makes sense. I know why, but I had a little bit of trouble with it. It was also just, I love the openness of MGS1, and I feel this game with the big shell, a lot of corridors, very just one direction. Again, when you understand
it's
the
not
theme,
as interesting.
It's not. It's a tug of war for me, because the narrative themes work so well once you know what they are. When you start to like combine that with like why the level's designed this way, and like why you're getting the tutorial again. Like once you know the why of it all, it softens a lot of my criticism of the game. It reminds me a lot of how I felt about Death Stranding 1. I was like ready to kind of like, not pop off, that's a strong term, but I was like, I got a lot of criticism for this game. But then you get to the end, the message makes sense. It kind of offloads a lot of the pressure I had in the front half of the game, and especially the middle portion of the game. And I go, okay, these are still kind of problems, but now that I know the collective experience and I hung with it, does my criticism even make sense anymore? I was kind of left with that uncertain feeling with MGS2, but I still do really love this game. I will say the second half, and in particular the finale really stretch of this game, is brilliant. And the way it's like a commentary on sequels and on video game sequels in particular, and how it just plays with its original source material and brings it into this game in this new way. And again, it's very meta, but I love that the meta is self-contained within the story rather than like, hey, put your controller in a new slot. Like, he took meta in a different direction here, broke the fourth wall in a different way here. And I love when games do that. I mean, obviously I was just talking about Kodaka earlier, and I was like, that his games are known to just break the fourth wall in these hilarious ways. And it can be done in really bad ways, but I just really appreciate how you are riding, and like how that's communicated to you through visuals and through things that you don't realize are actually happening until the end of the game. It's really brilliant. Like I really did love it. I had more critiques of it though than I expected to, in particular with the gameplay. It definitely wasn't as good as one to me.
Yeah, a lot of it is like the navigation of Big Shell itself, and like going back and forth between certain things like that, and like the process of moving around through Big Shell. Not as fun.
Like in Shadow Moses, there's almost a Metroidvania aspect to that front half of the game, where you have that like primary base, and once you start upgrading your key cards, like you kind of keep circling back. Like the level design's perfect. You just keep circling back. You're like, oh, I have level 2 now or level 3 now. I'm going to go down to this basement, check this area out, and unlock that door that I couldn't earlier, or go up to this base here and get like the suppressor for my pistol or something like that. I thought one was thought out a little bit better. My only critique of one's pacing was, I think the end of the game was like a boss gauntlet, like, which was fine because the bosses were great, but it was, the opening bosses were brilliant because there was so much time for them to breathe.
Foxhound,
but like they just kind of slam you in the second half, and it's still brilliant, but it's just a little fast pace. But MGS2 has more time to breathe, and you can see kind of the cons of that, because the characters that are around you at that up till Fat Man are less interesting to me. But from there, even if Dead Cell isn't as interesting, the President, Ames, Solidus being voiced by Candace.
What did you think of Solidus?
I like Solidus. I think he's great.
Okay. I think he's like my least favorite Metal Gear villain. He's fine, but I think he doesn't hold a candle to other ones like Ocelot.
Ocelot's the goat in this game. Revolver Ocelot is amazing. Like I really,
he's one of the best villains ever.
Yeah, this game, I was like, oh, he's like 4D chessing, and I love that. Solidus to me, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't played, because as someone who's experiencing these things, it feels like I played this for the first time, honestly, now, because now I have all this understanding, and it's like really rooted in something. But Solidus to me is interesting because what I love about Big Shell is there's so many factions vying for control, for like, there's at least 4 or 5 that have their own reason for being here, and it's a lot. And Solidus is kind of in this, we'll say, chain reaction position of like, he's working people who might be working him, who are working others over. And so it's this game of deception, which is kind of what Metal Gear has really become to me. Like everyone's always being deceived. You're out in the middle of the battlefield and all you have is your your codec to lean into. And that's your version of the truth. And so everyone being deceived just makes sense. And I think Solid is kind of falling into place with that. Worked really well for me. I will say, yeah, I remember liking Big Boss more. Liquid's definitely way better.
Yeah.
You know, come on now, brother. You know, I just I love it. I love Liquid. So yeah, Solidus isn't like the best, but I think he fits his role well, is what I would say. Sure. But I really liked MGS2 a lot. You know, is it my favorite still? I like one more, Brad. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
All right.
I like one more. Yeah.
1 and 3 are probably my favorites.
Yeah. And so now because my foundation, my understanding is so transformed that I'm sitting here going, well, now I'm interested in 3 because I know 3 is a prequel that goes before all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I've played 3 before, but it's one of those things where my brain's in this weird fuzzy area of like, okay, I know what happens in 3. I remember like the end, like boss fights, but also like the finale. And I'm like, okay, but what was actually happening there? This sort of underlying story that I was just taking as is. Like now I get the foundation of these characters all this time later. And I'm like, I think I know what they're doing here. And so I'm very interested to get into that now. And I think I'm going to do it through Delta because it's very faithful. Sure. So why not? But yeah, bro, I did not open this year expecting to be on this like Kojima exodus, but here I am. I played Death Stranding 1, Metal Gear Solid 1, 2. I want to get into 3. I want to see if I can get through the first 4 this year. You know, like I have been like really, really hooked.
Have you played 4 before?
I played 4 when they gave it trophies. I got through half of it, but then my game install corrupted.
Ooh,
yeah,
good old PS3.
Yeah, so I never finished it, and I think for the better. For the better because I mean,
you need the context fresh,
dude. Because
4 is the end.
I blame Kingdom Hearts for this because I played Kingdom Hearts 2 before I played 1, and I was fine, bro. I was like, this shit's batshit insane, and there's so many games I've played where as a kid growing up, it was just like, this is interesting to me. I'm just going to pick this up. I'll start with the second one and get context later. I was a sequel kid growing up, right? Just dive into number 2, like very outside of like KOTOR, very few foundations established for me. So, you know, this has been the one for me that's been the most eye-opening of like, Jesus Christ, bro. Like, what a difference. But I was also like, I think a product of marketing, like when you're not going to include in your HD remaster the first game, I'm like, well, how important is it to the overall scheme of things if you don't want to figure out selling it? But that's a product of lack of research too. Valuable lessons learned here, but I'm glad I played it when I did, because while I know people will cook me for how I approached it, bro, playing this game in your 30s and just having like a fully developed brain to comprehend it, it's different. It's like, this is very thought-provoking stuff. This is art. This is kind of what gaming is. Like, this is what I always thought gaming should be, is like this mixture of like very real, very fantastical, but yet also strangely grounded. You know, it's like that. It's like very Fallout to me. It's like very believable. Like, oh, this could happen. But then you have like super mutants and laser rifles. You're like, I can buy in, you know, like same thing here. You know, the historical videos just bring it down to the floor. It's like, oh, there's like Psycho Mantis and he can read my thoughts. Right. That's crazy. But then you have these historical videos that play and you're like, oh yeah, this totally happened. Yeah, this is completely believable scenario. I also, as people know, as a Fallout fan, I love alternate history. So, you know, Wolfenstein's another great example. The modern run for Machine Games, like anything alt history just grabs my attention big time. And I never really looked at Metal Gear Solid through that lens. So I'm glad I'm playing it I'm glad I'm playing it as I am now, because clearly I didn't appreciate it in my teenage years.
Sure.
You know, I did that in preparation for 5, which I dove into, played for 50 hours and never finished the story. So, you know,
don't worry about it.
Yeah.
5 doesn't even have a real ending, so it's fine.
That's what I've heard. But
now
I'm on the ride. Now I want to experience that feeling.
Yeah, sure. If you're playing through them all, you might as well play through it. You haven't played Revengeance either, right?
Oh, dude. Yeah. You're talking about Rising?
Okay. Yeah.
So the plan, because I've heard from my editor, who's like a huge Metal Gear guy, I've heard that Rising kind of does some things that, he's like, I detest that game. And I'm like, what? But I love Raiden and I love Platinum. So I'm curious how I'll feel about that one now that I'm a huge Metal Gear story guy. But the plan, Brad, you approve this, right? Greenlight this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if I do Peace Walker, then 5, or 5, then Peace Walker. These are very similar names, I know.
I would do release order.
Okay, release order. Okay. So what came first? Was it Peace Walker, then 4? Or was it?
I think it was Peace Walker first. I could be wrong, though.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know it's a PSP game. But
let me see.
There's some other spin-offs I'm kind of interested in. Like, I know there was Portable Ops. There was Acid.
Oh, I think it came out after. Wait, hold on.
Oh, I love Acid.
Oh, those aren't canon. Acid's not canon.
It's not canon. No, it's not canon.
Portable
What's that
Ops.
mean, man? Is that bad
great game. No, it's a great game. Great card. I'm telling you right now. I dig to that game. I think it was on, was it PSP? When it first
yeah, that was a PSP game.
Oh, my God. I loved it. And the sequel.
Okay. So 4 came before Peace Walker. So yeah, you can do 4, then Peace Walker.
Okay. Yeah.
I always recommend just doing release order.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. And then after,
well, if you want to get nuts, you should play Metal Gear, the original Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah, I got to know about Master Miller, right? Learn about him and whatnot.
Yeah, there's some things in there. Not as important, but yeah, if you want like the full picture.
Yeah, but I've been enjoying my little journey here. Didn't expect to go on it. It's been distracting. It has completely captivated me. Where right now I'm totally happy with where I'm at with the games I'm playing, but there is part of me that's like, oh, I want to turn that page, go to Metal Gear Solid 3 now. But with the remake just coming out, I think in October will be my month.
Sure.
That'll be when I dive in. That or early November, things kind of cool down a little bit. So we'll see. But just been enjoying the journey. These games are bingeable, dude. They're bingeable because they're very good and the stories are so gripping, but they're also really great in their length. Metal Gear Solid 2, I know it's the shortest of the series, but because it was also new to me, it took me like 12 hours to beat. Like it was longer than it should have been for me. Metal Gear Solid 1 took me almost 15. Like, took me a while. Because I try to avoid walkthroughs with these games because I think part of the fun is like figuring it all out for yourself.
You're doing it right.
But it's, these games are still like, I've beat each of them within a couple of days. Like it's, because usually that first session, what I do is I try to clear out my whole night because it was unintentional with the first one, but I did it deliberately with 2 is like, it's so rewarding to just throw yourself into a Kojima game and be like, I got 5 hours tonight. I'm just going for it because you just get so much setup, so much put into you that like that next session, you're just off to the races. It's beautiful. So yeah, just been really having a lot of fun with it. MGS2 was a great time. I have a huge breakdown coming to Retro Rebound this week. Is like the recording alone was 50 minutes. So we'll see what the editing ends up doing to it, but just lots of thoughts on that one.
Yeah. Astro Parrot King wrote in and said, "Hey crew, Matty, since we're around the same age, do you have any fond memories of MGS2 from your childhood? I recall playing the first intro scene multiple times at a friend's house, imagining how cool it'd be to get a PS2 or join the military to become like Snake. Do the rest of the crew remember the backlash as playing with Raiden? I don't recall it very well. Have a Matty, how about that Star Force coming back boy type of day?"
Yes, sir. Love that.
All right, Matty. So I am older than you. I remember this. I think I was a freshman in high school when Metal Gear Solid 2 came out.
Okay.
And I remember the switch up with Raiden.
Yeah, walk me through it.
I was not happy.
Yeah, you were not pleased?
A lot of people were not happy. You're going to take away Solid Snake, one of the coolest video game characters of all time. He's on the fucking box. All right?
Yeah.
Then I'm playing as this guy, Raiden, doing cartwheels and shit.
Yeah, and Raiden's a little he's a little whiny, a little more whiny.
Raiden, you know what I said in my video about this game? I said Raiden is a weenie in this game.
That's a great term. He really is a little like he gets cool by the end, but when you think of how like Snake starts out, like this guy literally is the Chad meme, you know what I'm talking about? Because like he's hitting on everybody, he's talking about his experience. This is another operation for him. Like this guy's been there, done that, and Raiden's like, what do you mean? Like, I don't know what to do. Colonel, I need your help. Like, it's just,
hey, Hey, Rose, how's everything? Dude, those conversations with Rose, dude, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, man, I love the Rose conversations.
Rose and Jack, dude. Yeah, we get it. You like James Cameron.
Kojima. I like those conversations, but they're just sometimes ill-timed. Like there'll be times like I got ready to do a boss fight, I'll just say, and I go to save my game, and then the conversations always kick up after you save the game, and you say, Rose, Jack, do you remember the time we met? And I'm like, girl, I'm about to like fight a boss. Like, I really don't got time for this. But
that's what I'm saying. It's like, shut up, Rose. I'm about to fight Fat Man here, all right?
But I kind of love it because when I'm like, because I just end up kind of loving it because Raiden then goes like, we need to do this another time. And I'm like, yo, he's on the same page as me. Like, this guy's just like, we kind of like later, babe, later. Like,
then they have like a 10-minute fucking phone call with each other about dumb shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Do you like Mei Ling's conversations in MGS1 more?
They're okay. I think
the Chinese
thing is,
philosophies.
I think Snake just makes every conversation better.
Yeah,
because he's a far superior character in my opinion to MGS2 Raiden particularly.
Oh yeah. I agree.
This was a big deal at its time.
Yeah, exactly.
God knows, because I remember we all copped. We were like, all right. So I remember it was Sov and King got ahead of me, right? This is after Big Shell, whatever it was. And they were like, did you get to this part yet? I'm like, no, what's up? I'm like, this game is fine. What you talking about? Like, I'm gonna take it. It's like, you ain't get to the part? And I was like, all right. And then I got to it. I'm like, all right, who's this? And I was like, oh, okay. And he very kind of whitey kind of guy. And I just didn't know what was going on. So I'm like, all right, this is just like a little side story. And we're going to get back to Snake. And I was just like, oh, we not getting back. This is it. Bro. Social, technically it wasn't no real internet social media, but gamers were flipping out. How dare you do this? We don't want to play with this asshole. Like, they were going hard. It was like, bro, people were so that they felt like they were cheated out of a game. Like, they were deceived. That's how bad. Now, in retrospect, I look back at it, it was definitely a bold choice, right?
I respect the choice.
I gotta respect them for even attempting to do something like this, but I feel like Raiden in later games got way cooler. But his initial introduction was a tough pill to swallow for Snake fans and people who love David Hayter and that voice. And we were just like, man, what's going on? But yeah, it was controversial, bro. This was a big thing. This is why I saw people turn on Kojima a little bit with that decision. That was the first little resistance he ever got. Prior to that point, perfection with everything. But yeah, people were really upset.
Yeah, I mean, I do get it after playing it because it takes Raiden forever to get to his cool moment. Like, I'll just say for those who haven't played it, like, I call it the team up moment. When the team up moment happens is when you're like,
oh yeah,
this fucking guy.
Yeah.
And
bro, you haven't even seen Cool Raiden yet.
Yeah.
Well, you've played Revengeance.
I played Revengeance. Yeah. So I know cool Raiden.
That's good Raiden.
But
that's good Raiden.
I remember getting at least halfway through MGS4, and I know Raiden's in that game. So I know he's like full on, like kind of what you see in Rising. Like, he is full on, like.
Well, he's not that fucking crazy, right? Raiden in Rising is fucking insane. That dude's cutting like Metal Gears in half. Like, it ain't nobody's business.
Yeah. I guess when I say like in Rising, I guess I mean like I remember a scene of him in like a desert street doing like a flip with his sword and like cutting shit down.
That's probably four.
Yeah, no, that was definitely. I remember it was 4. Yeah, I remember that cutscene, just that flash of like Raiden. Because then
he's flashy.
When Rising showed, that Rising was actually my first true Metal Gear.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, so you introduced him that way.
Yeah,
Got it.
Because I'm a huge Platinum fan, of course. So I was just like, yes, please. Like, this looks cool as fuck. The only disappointing thing about that game was how short it was. Like, which is Platinum's first. They make really short games. I'm hoping Ninja Gaiden 4 doesn't have the same issue because
same thing. Yeah.
You know, they always end up making these great games that you just want more. Well, Astral Chain didn't have that problem though, right, Cog?
Astral Chain
did not have that issue. But yeah, my Metal Gear journey's been fucking weird, dude. So, I'm excited to be on the right path now.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude. I'm stoked you're on it, dude.
Yeah,
super cool.
Yeah.
All right, boys, let's end the show with some write-ins from the audience. If you want to write into this show, or for this show specifically, I post a thread every Saturday calling for your submissions. You guys do your own post for your own show. What day do you post?
We post today, actually.
So Mondays.
I literally posted at the start of our show. Yeah, we post on Mondays.
So Mondays. If you want to write into the Dukes, keep an eye out on our Patreon on Mondays. This is from Booth Pack Zach. What up, Brad, plus the Dukes? Recently, I've been playing through the Metal Gear series myself for the first time. I'm currently at a little over halfway through Sons of Liberty. Would you guys recommend I play the third game via their Master Collection or just go straight to Delta after? Thanks again and keep on keeping on. So I haven't played Delta yet, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I decided to pause it just because of some of the technical snafus, and I just played through 2 pretty recently.
Yeah,
right.
But Gene said you could probably just go ahead and play Delta if you want. The collection version from back in the day is still very good, though. Still fine. But if you want like the premium visuals, I guess, nowadays, Delta's probably just fine because it's very similar to the original as well, or the Master Collection version. So you can't go wrong, essentially. But I guess most people would just say probably Delta for now.
Yeah, I would recommend that too. Like I mean, I know my opinion holds very little weight here because of my Metal Gear experience, but I have played 3 all the way through, and I played a little bit of Delta because I knew I was going to play 2, so I stopped Delta after about like 4 hours. But I mean, I would just say after playing 1 and 2, you cannot undermine what great controls do for Metal Gear gameplay. Like, they do make a couple of tiny gameplay changes with MGS3, like, you know, the way when you're in like the bushes, how first person works, those sorts of things. But I think it's very small fry where you'll appreciate the quality of life. Because you don't have to mess with how like first person aiming was done in the Master Collection. So yeah. I mean, they also remember. Oh, keep in mind, if you're going to do in Delta, they have a legacy mode for the color grading that brings it more closer to the original. Otherwise, you're going to be playing this kind of blue hue that doesn't look bad. Just like you'll get the more of the artistic direction of the original 3. Definitely turn that on. But otherwise, I think Delta's perfectly fine because they don't change the story at all. It's very safe.
Yep. Agreed.
All right, this is from Mark M. Hey, boys, do you ever find that online gaming conversations can harm your enjoyment of something? I've been working my way through Silksong. So far, it's been everything I hoped for from Hollowknight's sequel, but I've started avoiding the internet due to how angry everyone is about it. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, of course. I just feel miserable when seemingly every critic and fan is insulting the game is insisting the game is too hard. Runbacks are outdated design, as if these are facts. The online gaming space now just feels like everyone is trying to sprint through the game of the moment in a week so they can create a consensus around it and move on. It bums me out, and I'd rather just ignore it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course, online gaming. I mean, we are the online conversation a lot of the times, and being in the thick of it, it definitely harms your enjoyment in my experience, at least, because it's just like sometimes, like, I guess my perspective is a little different from you, Mark, because like for me, it's like sometimes I will make something, and I always define it as like I'm stepping in front of a loaded gun. Like, okay, I know this take isn't going to be something you like, but I need to stay true to myself. And so I'm going to be that guy. Like, I'm going to be the guy who comes out and tells you the thing that you probably don't want to hear, or makes the content that you might not exactly want to see, but I feel needs to be made anyway. And so that's how it ruins it for me a little bit. Cause it's like, I just, you know, like, I don't like having to say, for example, when I like Starfield, like I like Starfield, but like, here are the things I don't like, by the way. So, you know, like, I'm not just blindly in love with the game. Like, you know, it's caused a lot of caveats and explanations to be made that otherwise I never had to do in my career. But, you know, at a certain point, man, like, you just remember it's the internet, you shut that switch off, just go enjoy it for yourself. You know, but I understand the pain, because for me, what hurts is when I like something and I can't share that with someone, you know, because that's what brought me to this. Like, I didn't have friends growing up that played a lot of games. So I had all these experiences I built up that felt like secrets. And then when I found out people loved Fallout and they loved Elder Scrolls and they loved all these things I loved, it's like, it still is like this reward for me to just go out there and put out my thoughts and be like, you know, I hope you like this too, because I really thought this was cool. And to read the comments and see people being like, I love this because of XYZ. Like, so I get why it harms, because like you sometimes want to have that area to just express like, I'm having fun with this. I don't think the runbacks are a big deal without having to always defend yourself. It's something we all deal with. It sucks, but you know, just engage selectively is what I say. You know, you have no obligation to be there. No offense, but it's just like you know, you just do your thing, enjoy your game, whether it's quietly to yourself, which I've been enjoying. Like, there's been stuff I've played that I just don't make content about because I just want to have fun and just enjoy a game for being a game.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I agree, Mark. I think sometimes it can get to me too, because it's like, I'll play something and you pop up and see what's the discourse, and it's just like, wow, this is really intense. Or sometimes I'm weird to the point that sometimes I don't even like talking to people during review process, because part of me is like, I don't want my opinion swayed either way. I want to come in with a clean slate.
You don't want that lingering over your head. You don't like it?
Exactly. This person doesn't like this part, and they put their inflection on your thoughts, and I want to come in clean. So that this way we come together when it's time, and then it's like your fresh thoughts versus my fresh thoughts. And I kind of been wired myself that way lately, especially with reviews and stuff. Yeah. But man, it's just, I think I just, the only thing that gets me sometimes is like, you can tell it's still a competitive nature thing when something comes out, somebody loves something, right? For example, we talk about Expedition 33. So the Expedition 33 guys are like, yes, this, that, and the third. And then something else comes out, and then like people get worried. They be like, no one's going to talk about my baby now, because you know what I'm saying? That's what this is. Yeah. Like it's a lot of pearl clutching, and it's a lot of gatekeeping and confirmation bias, because people want their baby to get the light they feel it deserves. Yeah. So I'm seeing guys like, yo, I don't like all this Hollowknight love right now because X, Y, Z game. I'm seeing, I'm like, come on, guys. We got to appreciate games for what they are.
Yeah.
Not everything has to be. Unfortunately, I think this is a byproduct of Game of the Year discussions. Tough. And just the awards. People want those accolades for their baby. And any threat to that, they're looking at it like, I may have to go in.
Yeah, competition's good though, man. Like it's
sure.
good to see. I'm glad that people kind of feel the heat. I think a lot of developers are responding badly to it lately. And some not even like, when I say badly, I think people immediately think of like disingenuous people. Like we talked last week about someone who is like, what do I price my game now because of Silksong? I'm like, we all know Silksong is like a completely different situation. Like, take a breath, I get the investment. I know how long it's taken, but like, that immediately shows weakness in your product. They're like, I don't know what to price this thing. It's like, okay, well, you should absolutely have an idea, So it's
Silksong's an anomaly. It's not.
Yeah, it's an anomaly. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. But like, that's a good point from a developer standpoint too. You're seeing them affected as well of what's going on.
I remember when I used to review stuff like properly, I loved reviewing stuff and not talking to anyone about it, because it was just me and the game, man. No fucking outside noise.
Yeah.
I loved that feeling. It was so good.
Yep.
And I think I understand what Mark's saying here. The online gaming space now just feels like everyone is trying to sprint through the game of the moment in a week so they can create their consensus around it and move on. That is totally something that happens constantly.
Yeah.
People like to get their opinion out there very quickly, and I understand it because it's good for business, depending on who you are and stuff like that. It makes total sense. Like, I had to do it, other people had to do it, but I really like hearing opinions of people who play something kind of after, once the noise has kind of calmed down and they're just kind of in their own space. Like Matty, for example, talking about Metal Gear stuff like right now. It's been years, so I always love hearing these gaming discussions away from the general noise going on.
Yeah.
And of course there's good takes and people I agree with during when something's very hot, but I love when people take the time with the game if they can.
Yes.
And not have to rush through it and just move on, like toss it away like it's garbage, Yeah. It really matters to me if something stays with people after they've played it for a while and how they feel about it over time. Because your opinion will change on a game probably over time, no matter what.
Sure.
Like I've reviewed stuff, then later on I'm like, well, I wish I did this different or something like that, because your opinion changes, but all you can do is just be true to yourself at that moment in time.
You gotta be
when you get it out there,
true to your audience. Like a lot of YouTubers,
you don't want to lie
their
to them.
shit like full reviews, but they like put 5 hours in, and I'm like, impressions are fine. You just need to tell them where you're at. A lot of creators don't do that, and I know they don't do that because I see them on like Steam or whatever.
I see it all the time.
Like,
I'm like, for sure, I know people don't finish these games.
Yeah.
How fast they're doing
it.
You
just got to be honest with them about it. Like, I'm 5 hours in, because a lot of people, what I've realized, I used to stay away from impressions because I thought it was not super valuable. I actually get to thank the Retro Rebound audience, because I like to experiment over there a little bit more, because that audience is a lot more warm and receptive. So if it's not going to go well, it's usually like really well put feedback and not just like pure rage, because that audience is different. Like they're kind of there for the older stuff when the conversation is kind of done with, and so there's not really like this timer ticking down. But there was a game, I forgot what it was. I think it was Legends Arceus, that I was like, oh, I've played like 20 something hours of it. I remember talking to Jimmy because he helped me a ton when we first got that channel off the ground. I was like, I haven't finished it though. He's like, dude, like put up some impressions, see what happens. Like he's like, people value that. And so I gave it a shot. It did really well, which was cool to see. But a lot of people found that useful to help gauge some things. And what I started to learn, and why I've started to embrace impressions on my end, and why I think more YouTubers should just be honest when they're doing impressions instead of calling everything a review, is like, most people watching, I've realized, have already made up their mind. Like they know their financial situation going in. They know how they feel about the series. And especially if you frame it like, yeah, like I've only put in 10 hours. It's like, okay, I can't like lean into this to the extent of like, oh, I should go full send with this. But if I watch this in combination with someone who put like 70 hours in, it's like, okay, I can get somewhere in that middle ground. So I think impressions are valuable, but I feel a lot of people just don't label them as such because they're afraid that it's not going to do as well. And I can speak for myself that I haven't really seen that issue, but I think a lot of people are afraid of that. So they try to get around that, labeling it like review. And so it's a shame, but I will say when it comes to review content now, because Brad, you're talking about like loving being that bubble, I get a little nervous nowadays because I've just been now in like the surprise factor where you just don't know what the reaction's going to be.
Oh, dude, I remember. Dude, Matty, you don't give numbers. Giving numbers made it a whole other nightmare.
Yeah, I'm sure. Because for me, like, I even got a little bit with Cronos. I was like, I love the game, but I had to critique that performance. Like, am I labeling it fairly? Did I make sure it sounded good enough? Because I did really like it. Like, am I doing it right? Like, that shit keeps me up at night, bro. Like, it really does. I always struggle to sleep before review night.
Anyone who does critical stuff like that will have those thoughts.
Always thinking about it. Like, am I going to wake up and my Twitter feed's going to be blown up in my face? Like, fuck this guy. He's the only one who did say this. Like, or did I miss something? Obviously I try to acknowledge the human element. Like, did I miss something in the performance review where I'm like, oh, I could have just hit this switch and Cronos is running nice all of a sudden. Like, that's where it's tough. That's where it gets tough a little bit. And especially because to Mark's conversation point, like, the online conversation could get, it's really, people are really rough out there nowadays, man. So gets a little bit tough to kind of let yourself relax and just be like, okay, these are my thoughts. And I'm, sure it'll go well.
Yeah. You always wonder, like, make sure I covered my bases properly and all that kind of stuff.
As you always should.
I like to provide as much context as possible about me as a player, so the audience knows where I'm coming from, particularly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I think you're doing just fine, though.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah. No, I mean, I try to I always tell people honesty first.
Honestly, all you can do is be honest. If they don't agree with you, that's fine. But you're just
not even with the opinion, just like how the content's framed. It's like, I played like 3 hours of this. If you find it useful, great. If you don't, I get it.
Impressions. We do that the same thing too. Like, hey, here are our impressions of the game, or here's our review of the game based on the completion of it. And I think that being transparent to the audience is still value in that. You don't have to rush to be like, okay, I have to finish it, and then you know what I mean. Like, just be honest. People respect that perspective where you are with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. This is from Chimpy Chambers. Greetings, Bradley, Matthew, Incognito. My question is simple. Bradley, dude, it's like my mom's talking to me right now. And what's funny is, Matty, my brother's name is Matt. So when he said Bradley Matthew, I was like, oh, shit.
There we go.
Family affair.
I'm a fellow Ellis.
That's right. And Evil. Wait, so my question is simple. Bradley, you played Beyond Good and Evil a few months ago, but never followed up on Summon Signs. Did you finish it? Did you like it? Do you rate it? And do the Dukes have any history with the game? Thanks, and keep on flicking those sticks. Yes, I did finish Beyond Good and Evil. That was my first playthrough of the game. I missed it back in the day when it came out, and I thought it was good. I enjoyed my time with it. Obviously, in my opinion, it has aged quite a bit in some of the gameplay and like controls, all that stuff. But when I beat the game, I was like, I could see why people really liked this game, or still really like the game, and they think it's so special. And I think the Beyond Good and Evil 2 development, whatever the hell you want to call it, has really put like a weird vibe over this entire franchise, I guess it technically is now. But yes, I did enjoy the game overall, and I hope we do get 2 someday. I'm not expecting to get it. If it gets canceled, I will not be shocked at all. But Ubisoft seems hellbent on hanging on to this game for now.
Yeah.
So we'll see, I guess.
Yeah. I refuse to commit to the first one until I see the second one and know what's happening with it. You know, like I know they've committed that they're going to keep with it, and there have been insider leaks that are saying like, yeah, they're still going along with it. Like they're still hanging with it, and kudos to them. I'm glad they haven't given up on it. There must be something in there that they really believe in. But I will not commit to playing the first one because it's the same thing. I'll show myself out here. I have not committed to Half-Life 1 and 2 until I know that 3 is real. Like I will not.
No, you have to play Alex as well then too.
Yeah. No, it's fine. That's fine. I'll be there. I'll be there, but I'm not joining everyone in this chorus of where's Half-Life 3. I don't need to understand your pain. I only want to understand joy when I don't want to indulge in any. I guess technically I am waiting for Half-Life 3 in this weird sense, but y'all get what I'm saying, right? So
I get it, dude.
I haven't played that Beyond Good and Evil, but you say it's good, Brad. You liked it?
Yeah, it's cool. I think it's aged quite a bit, but I think if you liked Matt, I think you would like it, Matt, because you like those PS2 era kind of mascot platformers stuff. Like it's got some of that energy going on there.
Reminds me of Kena, Bridge of Spirits.
Yeah, it's more of a game I appreciate. I'm like, cool. This is a cool game. It's got flaws in my opinion, but I respect the game, especially when I put myself in the shoes of someone at that time by playing through the game.
Early 2000s game. Ubisoft was a fucking force, bro. That's some crazy shit. Batman Vengeance kicked a ton of ass. I'd love to see. I wouldn't love to see Ubisoft do that again. I would take that back. I'd love to see another Batman Vengeance style game though, based on the animated series. That shit was cool.
Hopefully, the Lego Batman game's good. Looks cool.
Oh, dude, it's not even hopefully. That's a wrap. It's gonna be great.
That game looks cool.
That game's gonna be amazing.
It's like, oh shit, dude. All right.
It's a wrap.
Doing it better than Rocksteady, that's for sure.
Yeah,
taking the formula.
Yeah.
All right, this is from Cog Psycho 100. Howdy, Summoners. Feeling so blessed to get a Dukes episode. Want to use this opportunity to pulse check Brad on the next Xbox venture, Outer Worlds 2. Are you as lukewarm on this as I am? The companion trailer already has me cringing. I know our fine Dukes are bullish on it, but I just want to say, in before a terrible writing stinker. Also, gang, but specifically Matty, I have to say you are sleeping on Persona 5X. The story into the third arc with updates now. Oh, wait, the story is into the third arc with updates now, and you can just ignore the gacha mechanics / free to play. And you get a solid Persona game. The writing has only improved with updates. All right, man, let's talk about this Persona thing first. I heard from someone that it was pretty good, but I have no interest in going to it
drawing my
right
boundaries, man. I have boundaries, respect them. You got gacha, free to play, and one of my favorite labels attached to it. I'm good. You're not going to get money out of me. You're not.
We can't tempt you nowhere.
No,
you're not going to get those Persona 5 Overwatch 2 skins, Matty.
No, because here's the thing. Okay. If anyone wants to know how far I'll go, let's think Fallout Shelter for a moment. Fallout Shelter kicked a lot of ass at launch, but then Bethesda went, hey, lunch boxes, Nuka-Cola quantum bottles. They start throwing all these microtransactions in. Guess what Fallout freak took a walk? Me. I don't care who you are, bro. The second you start, tugging my wallet a little too much and be like, hey, player, a little bit more this quarter. Hey, player, it's Q2. Got a new update for you. Come on now. Miss me with that, bro. So yeah, you could be Persona 6 if you're a free to play gacha game, bro. No, I just can't.
Damn, thought we could get him.
Because I know it's a compromised product. I know. No matter what you say, Cog Psycho 100, I know this shit is compromised. I will go in there and I will smell the live service stink within an hour. You can't.
Yeah. I think I'm just mostly content with just waiting till Persona 6 comes out.
Yeah, dude, there's so much
I got my little fix with Metaphor last year. So I'm okay right now still.
3 Reload. Like, Atlas is doing the right thing in their defense. They're giving us a lot of steady, good shit on top of their live service thing. Like, oh, you're not into live service? Here's your single player stuff. That's been fantastic. If I was starving, maybe I'd take a sniff, but like, we're not there, man. We're fed. We're good.
Yeah, I'm okay right now. First part of the question, Outer Worlds 2. So for me, I enjoyed the first Outer Worlds. I played it. I liked it. I had a good time. I do want to play the Outer Worlds 2. It's not top priority for me. I would like to get it sometime this year, but as everyone knows, it's just an insane year with a lot of other stuff coming out.
Sure.
probably other stuff I'd rather play at the moment, but I would like to get to the game. I like Obsidian. I like RPGs like that and stuff. So, and I've been very in the dark about this game, so I don't really know anything about it. So that'll be fun for me.
Avoid all of that coverage.
I pretty much avoid most of it. Yeah, I don't really know anything about it. I don't know this companion stuff. I don't know any of this kind of stuff.
With a good perspective.
Yeah, I don't know any of it.
A lot.
So I definitely want to play. You know, they're one of my fucking local devs. You know, I'm in Irvine with them, so they're a local dev. I always want to see them do well. They're a home team for sure. So I would like to get to it. I just don't know if I'll be getting into it at launch. That's basically what I'm saying.
That makes sense.
Of course, I want to hear what Matty and you guys say about it and Locke, because it's kind of your guys' space.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely hear your opinions. If Matty's like, yo, this game's dog shit, then I'd probably avoid it.
Yeah,
but if
really,
you guys
I really don't want to, bro, look, I'm
just
gonna be
saying,
honest.
if that's along the lines of what your opinion is, then I'm like, all right, I'm probably good.
Really hope I'm praying to the big man upstairs it doesn't come down to that. I really I've broken a lot of hearts this last year and a half or so, bro. Between Veilguard, Shattered Space, and Avowed, like, I get it, man. Like, I know a lot of people have been very displeased with my RPG takes, but bro, these are my goats. I hold them to a high standard. I'm really hoping I can come out and champion the Outer Worlds too, more than probably anybody on this planet. Like,
yeah, man. I hope it's great.
I have hope it'll be good. I have hope it'll be good. You know, there was enough signs in the preview to be like, okay, I need to see more of the RPG systems, but the general fundamentals are here to hopefully make a good game. But
this comes out October 29th. Is that it?
Yeah.
The date? Okay.
24th or 6th, something like that.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm
somewhere in that range.
Does it have like early access or something like that? I'm sure it does. Okay.
Yeah.
Because on Halloween, I want to play Mina the Hollower, because that's when that comes out.
Yeah, that looks good too. Damn,
but October will probably be a horror month. I feel like this game I can just play any time of the year, and it'll slide right in nicely. So maybe Christmas break game.
I'd say just take a guarded approach, just because Obsidian's been really on point with non-RPGs.
I'm fucking guarded. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. So
I'm guarded.
It's a busy month, as you know. So it's like options aplenty. Plus, you got Ninja Gaiden a couple days later, and so it's
that's a day one for me.
Yeah,
that's a day one. So I'll be playing that.
We know that's just gonna kick ass, bro.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm rooting for him. I want to play it. Just don't know when we get to it.
Yeah.
All right, this is from Booger Supreme. Hello, Ballsack Brad, Money Clip Matty, and Cock Slap Cog. How come Matty only got like the non?
How did I get this special treatment here?
You got the cool one, like Money Clip Matty.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's the cool one.
Ballsack Brad and Cock Slap Cog. It's like, what's going on?
Running around doing?
Yeah. It's probably tough to make me like a phallic, ballsack cock. I mean, like,
I don't know.
What starts with an M? I don't know. Someone's probably going to unfortunately answer that question.
Unfortunately answer it.
Yeah.
My question pertains to games based on films. Recently, we've gotten a new Indiana Jones game after several years without one, a faithful Alien game with Isolation almost a decade ago, and obviously several superhero and Star Wars games. If you could pick one property from a film to have a big AAA game, what would you choose? And who would work on it? Hope you guys are staying safe and sane in these trying times. I'll hang up and go crack open a cold Mountain Dew dragon fruit. Wow.
Is that real flavor?
I didn't even know they made that.
Hold on.
I haven't had a Mountain Dew, I feel like, in years. It's been so long.
I had my first one last year in a while. Wait, hold on. Okay, well, now I went down a rabbit hole. Hang on. We're going left for a second here. So I went to type in Mountain Dew. Was this one? Dragon fruit. The first recommended one was Trolley. Have you guys ever had the Trolley worms, the sour bright worms?
Oh, yeah. I didn't know they made that.
Yeah, so get this. All right, so we got at Target Trolley Mountain Dew gummy candy. So, Mountain Dew's got a gummy candy. And then there's also a 0 sugar cherry lemon flavored Trolley Mountain Dew. Or Trolley.
Wow.
Someone might... I said Trolley since I was a kid, but I apologize. It's Trolley.
You're good.
But yeah, okay, so they're wild in here. Dragon fruit is real. I can confirm. Mountain Dew's got a fandom page. Dragon fruit is a franchise exclusive Mountain Dew flavor available since June 2025 only at Walmart stores, where it replaced the previous Walmart exclusive Frostbite. In July 2025, it was released for a limited time at Circle K Couche-Tard locations as a Froster Freeze in Canada. Interesting. Okay. Well, we've confirmed that. What was the question?
Movie game tie-in you want to see?
Oh.
And who would you want to make it?
Oh, dude. I mean, come on, Ninja Turtles, right? Like, give me.
All right, who's making it?
Well, unfortunately, the team that remastered Destroy All Humans like 1 and 2 is the one making my big AAA Last Ronin video game. But my original answer would have been Rocksteady. I guess now it should be TT Games because I want the free flow combat system. Like that's built for the Ninja Turtles. I mean, yeah, it's Batman, but it's built for the Ninja Turtles. So yeah, TT Games, you're up. I'll take Lego Ninja Turtles if it looks like Legacy of the Dark Knight.
Sure.
But yeah, I would love to see TMNT get a big AAA game. I don't know anymore who would be good for it. I also saw, there was a really good one. That's a theory online. And it was Warhorse Studios and Lord of the Rings.
That was mine, Matty. I heard that as well. No. That's good. That's good. Because we need a good Lord of the Rings game. It's been a minute. All right.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Been a while, dude. It's a huge IP, really dense world filled with lore.
Yeah.
A lot of cool shit you could do with it.
Yeah.
Like, how have we not got an open world RPG of Lord of the Rings or anything like that yet?
How
It's crazy.
Is that, right?
It's
crazy.
Like Warhorse.
We're getting
and
Gollum
Kingdom Come
games.
Deliverance too. Like, yeah, true. Tales of the Shire or whatever it's called.
Tales of the Shire, yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
fuck. But yeah,
if you
if
play
Warhorse does that,
KCD2,
dude.
Yeah, it just feels like a Lord of the Rings.
KCD2, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, you can feel the Shire. You can feel you know what I'm saying, with the wilderness. That's dope. I don't know, man. Like most of the games, I've pretty much gotten a lot of stuff. Obviously the elusive Silver Surfer game, but you know, the way MCU is treating my character, I don't think it's ever gonna happen. If I guess if I'll just throw it out there, probably Respawn. I just feel like they don't miss, and they I want AAA, so I would go with them. And I know Vince is a bit busy with Battlefield right now, but yeah, man, I think Respawn, whatever they touch. And I really like what they did with Jedi, for the most part. I was minus the performance stuff, the actual game, like to really, So I would trust them with the keys to like any one of my big franchises. And yeah, that of course, man, if they could pull it off, I'd be there day one for sure. So yeah, Respawn, the elusive surfer game, in some capacity, I'd be doing that.
It's funny because the toys are on my desk right now, but bro, I'd want someone to spearhead a revival of Disney Infinity.
Disney Infinity specifically.
Yeah, because Disney Infinity kicked ass. Like as many of the Last Stand faithful know, big Toy Story 3 guy here. That game's amazing. And that would be what was used to build Disney Infinity. Disney Infinity could have continued on. It should have just turned into a live service game without the toys. But when they discontinued the toys, they stopped the support of the game. But if you go back and play like on PC, the gold edition of all these games, like this is an amazing idea that just should never have gone away. But I think Disney Infinity is awesome. And so I'd love to see that come back too. But I guess in fairness, like Disney's kept it alive in interesting ways. Like Dreamlight Valley's good. I don't know if you guys ever played it.
No, I've heard it's good though. Yeah.
Dude, they do a great job with that game. Not only is it really fun and addicting, it's like this Animal Crossing Disney style game, very cozy, very interesting, but also like they support that game really well. Like they do paid DLC almost every year that expands the game in meaningful ways, like big expansion projects, and they have like a really dedicated, passionate community. They do like streams for it and stuff. Like it's low key like a really well supported video game that people should look into if they're into that Animal Crossing cozy game style genre. But yeah, Disney's gone on to some interesting stuff, so I can't mourn the loss of Infinity too much, but I would pick that as well.
All right.
Respawn's a great choice, though, Cog. Yeah.
Maybe you don't Respawn.
Yeah, they can't miss, really.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You can just let From Software make a Lord of the Rings game as well.
That would be good, too. Yeah.
It would be a completely different approach to Warhorse, but I would like both.
Yeah. Ooh. I would really like that. That'd be because there's like big creatures too in Lord of the Rings, kind of like FromSoft loves those monstrous bosses.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the humanoid ones that are kind of one-on-one. Yeah, this could be Brad's cooking. Lord of the Rings has to happen though. Yeah.
Make it happen. Bring it back. All right, boys, that's it. We're done with the episode. Thank you both for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. Before we go, though, anything you guys want to plug or talk about before we head out?
What do we plug? So much going on.
Big interview this week. I'll plug mine.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Big interview this week. Can't say who.
Woo.
Well, I should say I can, but I don't want to say who.
Okay, hype it up.
Yeah, but big interview this week.
On the Mr. Matty Plays channel, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hoping
Okay.
people come check it out. I think they'll be very happy with the fine individual I got for the channel. So really, like, I was telling Cog on Duke, I said, my favorite interview I've ever done, ever.
Oh, that's big.
Nice.
So,
That's big.
All right.
very, very proud of it. Very insightful, very exciting, very good stuff in there. I think
Mhm.
everyone will enjoy it. Like, I feel very confident about it. So want to hype it up
Yeah.
a little bit, let people know it's on the way, so sometime this week, I'm hoping.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm happy you're doing a bunch of interviews on there now. It's
Thank
good
you.
stuff.
Yeah,
Thank you. It's
really
been
good.
good to
Keep doing
talk to
that.
everybody.
Oh, so good. So good. Yeah, for me, just TGS, man. Just stay tuned.
Yeah, if you're at
you know.
TGS, say hi to Cog.
Yeah,
the
if
Lords,
you're
if
out
you're
there,
there.
you happen to be in the area, please reach out, and got some fun stuff planned. I'm really excited to hit the ground running. And yeah, man, I can't wait. I can't wait. There's a bunch of cool stuff, and just in general, from a sightseeing perspective, expect pictures and craziness as well too. So I'll put some stuff up there.
Awesome.
Mhm.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching and listening. We greatly appreciate it. Once again, patreon.com/laststandmedia. If you want to support us, we could not do it without you guys over there. Until next time, see you, everybody, and take care. Goodbye. Summon Sign is a product of Last Stand Media and Collins Last Stand LLC and is proudly recorded in the USA. The show is written and hosted by me, Brad Ellis. The show is produced by Dustin Furman. All of Last Stand's theme music is by Ramon Narvaez. Summon Sign, along with the rest of Last Stand's media shows, are fan-funded on Patreon at patreon.com/laststandmedia. The following names are at the producer level on Patreon, our highest tier, and we are grateful for your kind contribution and generosity to our independent endeavor. Thank you.